Mimic their behavior. Let us reach into the principles and the values that emerged out of the circumstances that gave birth to us. And if we can hold onto those principles and those values, we will move way into the future and no one can ever defeat us. We will ride and override any obstacle as we did in the past. The NPP cannot be underestimated. You know it, I know it. They've been in existence for a long time and have been changing their names up till this day. The nature of who they are. Listen. Munjir. The nature of who they are, what they are, where they've come from, is something they are happy with. And they will be there for a long time. Let's not mimic their behavior. Let us reach into the principles and the values that emerged out of the circumstances that gave birth to us. And if we can hold...
If you say, Wo nananom na obepese omani beye ama nananom ne omma enti baby ayedri ene senior MPP aban ene akofado ene nebusuafo asai oman na kodru ehia se nipa pempenso aga na edri Ghana fo nyina bebi ameko bia omo se abra ndc wa ban mu na omo hoton mu ezu omo se na Ghana na ne sura himemu enso obi aye na djuma kakra enya bibi hwe ne ho ehwe ne ma enso enne de cry Ezu ene de Ghana ya ye mobododo Samokai esi atide enso den na nempo na kom de ye chen de bia Ezu ye nuanom omubie anopa ubie radio obeti omo anu gegegegege adia emma omuntimi mbu oman ene se omunye nipa omutie efutu omunye nipa omoje omufomso etum enti they are not able to learn from their mistakes because basically Sena Ghana yesika sema say edruno still they are not accepting responsibility. Utia almost they be enyo mo enti ya hwan ya Ghana for ya from so hwan na kobo obosia no eya mo enso de bia obie eya ya say o de bi eye COVID-19 ene man basa ya say Russia Ukraine war ene man basa ezu Nano president called Parliament, command State of the Nation address. Meka said he will accept responsibility the way I did when we had an energy crisis in this country. I didn't cause it. It was caused by lack of addition to our jet.
The one who admitted me or enlisted me into the Ghana Police Service is a Bobie also here. He is now
for many years. In Tebedru baby no, our demand had exceeded our ability to generate power. I went to Parliament. I didn't say I didn't cause it. I said you elected me to take responsibility. So I take responsibility for it and I will fix it. That is what leadership is about. This is a president who cannot take responsibility. And if you can't take responsibility, you can't fix anything. Yes, baby, I see Kasema say, Bruno, Mobako IMF. I say, Yanko IMF, Yanko IMF, China, Yanko IMF, that. And yes, I know I'm kind. And I catch him say, IMF no Samubako, Munko Sisia, Monantin Co. And yes, I had the ambulance and a demo back home. And
are increasing at a faster rate than the official statistics are capturing. A few examples will suffice. We've seen over the last 3 years, even pure water has gone up threefold, cement has doubled, and Olonka Ogari has more than doubled, Ideal Milk has more than doubled, a maize bag has gone up sixfold, rice has gone up as more than double. It is clear that the cost of living as measured by prices of these items and others such as petroleum products, school fees, road tolls, and electricity bills have increased by triple digits. I should add that these price changes do not necessarily mean that single-digit inflation is not possible. It would depend on what is being measured and over what period. Mr. Chairman, how many Ghanaians have seen a single-digit increase in the prices of the goods they normally buy in the markets and shops? When you ask what is really driving this single-digit inflation, the explanation, ladies and gentlemen, is that food is what is driving, food prices is what is driving single-digit inflation. But we all know what is happening to food prices in our markets. So, what food is this that is driving this single-digit inflation? Most Ghanaians would attest to the fact that life in Ghana has gotten harder and harder over the last 3 years. Single-digit inflation has not reduced the cost of living, and in this regard has been rendered practically meaningless. Ghanaians are in fact experiencing a triple-digit inflation in their pain and suffering. Could it be that banks, like the suppliers of goods in Malata market, have not quite bought into the single-digit inflation idea? The financial services market, like our traders in Makala or Malata, appear oblivious to the fact that we have single-digit inflation prevailing in the economy. So where are we collecting our price data for the computation of inflation? Which markets are we visiting? I would like to know. Mr. Chairman, the single-digit inflation in Ghana is not consistent with what we expect to see. If single-digit inflation is meaningless for the cost of living, meaningless for interest rates, and meaningless for exchange rates, meaningless for jobs, then what is it for? To put it another way, if single-digit inflation does not help with respect to the prices of the things you buy, the cost of money you borrow, the value of the cedi to the dollar, to help the youth get jobs, then what is the point? I would, however, have to leave the judgment on whether we...
I've made inquiries. The Speaker, I've made inquiries from the back. The anger is as a result of the result that were declared that the Minister for Education was not in the chamber when the votes were cast, that he just entered. And that is why they are questioning that how come we have 137 on that side And the Honorable Deputy Minister for Energy was also not there. So they are questioning that how come the Honorable Japamesa was not there, Honorable Minister for Education was not there, but we had 137 on that side. That is the cause of the anger behind me. But Mr. Speaker, this is simple. The cameras are here. So we can use the cameras to tell the whereabouts of the Honorable Japamesa after the time that the votes were being cast. Mr. Speaker, that is the cause of the strong objection and the sound from behind. Now I say down. Honorable members. Honorable members.
Problems. Now, sir, problems. Now, sir, there have been some problems with some. It will have a devastating effect on our security if we don't allow the recruitment to based on meritocracy, but based on nepotism, patronage, favoritism, party political activity. Then, and one thing I always tell people is that whenever you are in government or you are in opposition, and the policeman comes to you and say that, oh, we are opposition police, we are waiting for you to come to government, then that opposition party should be very careful about those people, because it means that they are not loyal to the state, they are not loyal to the government, and they are incompetent. Now, sir, it's also said that the incidence of armed robbery has gone down considerably from the mid-1990s to now. Is that true?
Well, you have to compare that also to the number of policemen, and also to the sophisticated nature of the robbery. So statistics alone cannot determine whether it has gone down or not. Because if you look at the type of robberies, the type of sophistication, because in 1990s and those days, you don't get daylight robberies, you don't get highway robberies, unless it's. But Kumasi Accra Road, you get robbery on Kumasi Accra Road, and I don't think it used to be like that. Even those days when the roads were not good. So as to looking at statistics and saying it has come down or not, I cannot say. But all that I know is that robbery is present and clear danger to the nation.
Recently, about 12 men were arrested for carrying out a robbery. They were supposed to be coming from Odan area. They had vehicles and so on.
Yes.
More like a militia.
That is it.
Isn't this really worrying?
It was scary when I heard it, and I must commend the Accra police, Yowunu and his men, for doing a yeoman job in that direction. Because when I listened to the story, I became scared. I said, how can people take 3 cars? One, the rendezvous car, one that they will pack the things in, and one with the Ford, with a very fast car. It means that it's a well thought out plan. You know, in the 2000 to around 2006, there used to be robbery gangs who, if we were not able to clamp down, will have developed what is called nucleus. In Nigeria, we have people with master's degree committing robbery. But now people decided that instead of going on robbery to be lynched, why don't I open office? People come and contact me to kill somebody and collect money. That's when we say that robbery, armed robbery, has gone ridiculous.
You're talking about contract killing.
That is the point. Because it's more beneficial to do that than to go on robbery and go fishing for. And those days too, you know, people used to, when we arrested Atai and we asked him, he said he has never entered anybody's house to rob because it's risky. But the other you need to do is go to the bank, look at people, and they used to have people in the bank helping them. Then you know surely there is money, and they will trail you around traffic light. They will just stop you, shoot, and take the money. And realize that if we are not being able to clamp down on this group, they will go nuclear. And one example is that during those days, one man, I won't mention the name, a very prominent man in Ghana here, his own son contacted Atai, Chobeta, Kevin, Numwe, Malamabu to go on robbery, and they robbed, and we arrested them. Eventually came out that his own son, who was arrested together with them, engineered the whole robbery. So you can see the danger that robbery poses to all of us.
So what can we do, or what can you as police do in order to stem this tide? What is required? That's
exactly what we are doing. We need more intelligence because it's very difficult to catch armed robbers on the job. It happens sparingly. But if you have intelligence in relation to, and that's why we have to develop more agents, more agent provocateurs, and more insiders. But the problem with the insiders is also that if you don't take time, they also take advantage of the relationship, dupe the armed robbers, dupe the police, and eventually you'll be on the wrong side. Therefore, what we have to do is get dedicated policemen, people who feel angry and scandalized when there's robbery, people who feel that robbery is the worst. My priority is robbery because it's the worst form of crime that can be committed against anybody. For instance, recently we arrested Apreku, Yabozin, and other. We are looking for Yabozin and one guy. Could you believe Apreku has more or less syphilis? And when they go on robbery and they want to rape, Apreku is the one to rape last. Anytime Apreku rape first, all the armed robbers will not rape. Can you imagine that?
Because they are syphilis, and they know.
And they know.
My goodness.
So, for robbery, and you see, robbery too is something that I've been to Accra, I've been to Western region, and I've been to Ashanti region. It's more prevalent in Ashanti region than any other region. And because the Ashanti region here, the armed robbers are homegrown. People know them. They have been born and bred here. And they have grown here to be armed robbers. And people also find it difficult to expose them because of sometimes our own commission and omission. Therefore, the fight against robbery and other violent crimes will succeed if the police are able to build a lot of confidence in the public. And to build the confidence in the public, we need to have goodwill. And the goodwill will come because of our competence and our non-discrimination, fairness. And when there's goodwill, there automatically will be respect. When there's respect, there will be authority. You will get the authority. People will depend on you. And when there's authority, there's power.
What about equipment? Is the police sufficiently equipped, properly equipped?
Nobody can be sufficiently equipped, even in the US.
Why you be that? Brofoka Samu Yakana experience, Nipowa experience.
I have the one who admitted me or enlisted me to the Ghana Police Service is Abuache Apia, also here, who is now the member of the police council. I cannot give thanks to all, but what I will say is that let's all give thanks to God. All good things come to the end, but the end doesn't come. Today marks my return to civilian life. Therefore, it will not be out of place to acknowledge people who throughout this police journey have made it a little more easier. My brothers are here, Mr. Kwabena, Dr. Kwabena, and Dr. Vigilance. And they have been with me for about 30 years now, from striking force, and have always helped me to develop infrastructurally any police station that I go. Especially in Kumasi, they were very instrumental in changing that happened in Kumasi. And they are here present, and I think it will not be out of place to give them thanks here. I have one of my best men in the world, and as when I say best man in the world, I really mean the word. Mr. Kwabena. You've done a lot for me in my life. And I think words cannot explain or describe what you have done for me. Thank you very much, sir. And a lot of people. I cannot also go on without mentioning Engineer Atapuku, who really assisted me, was my liaison between me and the two liaison and everything in Ansah region. Mr. Atapuku, thank you very much. Mr. Kwabena, whom I stayed with before going to police, when I was doing national service and I had no place to stay. He was then inspector of police before going to police. When I was doing national service and I had no place to stay, he was then inspector of police at the police hospital. I stayed in his room, and I can even say that my firstborn, who is a lawyer here, came out of his family. I also thank my commander mates. We have Professor Ansah coming all the way from North Carolina University. Before going to police, when I was doing national service and I had no place to stay, he was then inspector of police at the police hospital. I stayed in his room, and I can even say that my firstborn, who is a lawyer here, came out of his family. I also thank my commander mates. We have Professor Ansah coming all the way from North Carolina University.
Hey, Ghana politics is Ghana. Seriously, politics and kaya koye nim ewo bambomu. And kaya tumpo minka se ye current IGP nye juma. But nka si opi kofi buache beba. Ansa na dam pariaba. So na the first time some hunye me sisi ye robbery cases incident happen ya Ghana say. Na obi ti se si opi kofi buache. Na ya terminal. Na ya campaign. Ya de na shemantria baby. Politics. The Akoso Ashanti region no na the first time no a say this OP carry yeboa no na MPP fo nyina nim yie pa na do no ankasa enim yie pa senke nipa wo betimi agina no eye COP Kofi Boakye enso ye be keji no won kan ha say because of politics ye be keji no because of politics. And the robbery incident in Kenya no ye gina mu Ashanti region no obi e boni din ewi ase ho boy adwuma wate e ma bibia mpusu e ma bibia ho chese ye kana hye ni nyina Ghana ha sei se chese insecurity man who mre so be say Ghana for no mo kasa Kofi Buachi be ye so ayi si ayi IGP ya wo ko ye ya angel anu kwa no de angel de IGP yo ko ye ya Ansah na dampare ebe angel abofo nyina asa hene no hwani ma na ekoso no obi ebo Kofi Buachi din no obi ebo ni din because obi anim de Kofi Buachi timi ye si obi nyame nka ho ate wa hye Ghana Police Service enu munyam na what si wadwuma nso ho ama Ghana fo nyina hu de na wo betimi aye ni ya woye ye ni senka wonya akwanya say Inspector General of Police IGP anka de obesan so aye e de apisu de ama Ghana fo ye ba ba ye adwuma citizen show so free sam ya kopim se no nsia ebebo na abusuafo ene kodefo aye press conference bi na animanimu ya no wo se commissioners 2 ya President Akufo-Addo appoint wo to Electoral Commission no animanimu ya no mo resign eno ne da ho eno no eye assembly ebeje ho adwuma but Mr. Chief school feeding program so eya dia ehia Ghana nyina esa se week mu eniama wodo picatures no custom Ashanti Regional Coordinating Council Emma Regional Minister esnobe wo mu se wo mu hu dede sabi wo enkurasesem na wo mo ye no saban de wo mo ka na wo ma TSC wo ni permit so on best storm LCC one on best storm ho enti regional minister esnobe wo mu so wo mu fo mu nkurasesem na wo mu dede enko na ensem we se no sa school feeding no enu na ama honorable Sarah Asafo Ministry President Akufo-Addo de man no adwuma no woji ahokokota na America school feeding ho ene nam so a honorable Sarah Asafo MPP President Akufo-Addo ne political ambition wo ma say no because do me Kwabena pa Sarah Asafo be sa ko bi pade ene MPP delegate so de so yes school feeding asem ya ho school feeding ya ene caterers ni boss jetre wo mu protest demonstration wo mani abre no school feeding kuro wei ya honorable Sarah Asafo sinkete se wo ko de ama caterers no eno na ma Asafo je adwuma no okora kotena USA na se yebu oman na se yase corruption nya hwe ye to opposition ya bre it is said the beto wona so the beto table so bia ya wo dia fa wo bia ntimi kan hwea o man ne se be wie ene se de be sei se de o man ga na anwe ne se ya wo man no aseye no omo ye auditing omo share investigate ye auditing e was school feeding program emu na busuafo emu nsem na ye ankrema sekire east mi akasa mi DC former DC mi bonidi former DC your ba sekire east auditing a wo ye na chese school feeding program no one district coordinator no akabo mu a ghost names a wo ma list ediagu so no nya asem keto a after investigations ni nyina na wo mo expose ma me ne say eniama wo ye ni kro no criminal activities a wo ye e wo sa school feeding mu no obi anka no hwe what na wo no mo pepepe en na do twa na do first time 4 years because ya buy na aba de ba beto table bia so ye wo dia regional coordinators school feeding regional coordinators district coordinators wo mo ka bom en wo my Ghana sika ya allocate at the free senior high school program mo o mo che no o mo fa na caterers na ko free nkrofo nnuane caterers na ko free nkrofo nnuane no o manu ade ama nkrofo na aye wo mo ka ono bo Asafo auditing a wo mo ye investigations wo mo ye hunu se national coordinator ya wo da school feeding program ano no ma me na adwuma wo ye no entwa ye it's like say we condone some illegal activities and say criminal activities are ekoso because reported by a first school feeding coordinator ho regional coordinators ho district coordinators ho and honorable Asafo say eye ni nguase de ma wo man Ghana ne aban say annually afibian ye beko parliament ni ye twa budget ye say the rescue feeding school feeding program no Ministry of Gender, Children Social Protection. Every year be allocated budget. Near the rescue feeding program. Nanso sikano and drew one more and young Kodana near this soon more. Coordinators na cabo mu and not just a one more first cano. It is a me kaya kwa remember say me ya dish such a is to DC yesterday no mayano. Say LA or say LA A B Nebi be any baby no the C class as well piece. Say Roman Catholic ya was Roman Catholic A B no the bia sans wo gum no the jihu sika. Omu kwhwe hwemu ema wenyina revelations a decent wenyina bebe todwa na so sa DC you know one na nadu twa 4 years. Ya just a national coordinator ya oda school feeding program no wonimu ye pa se sika afibia ne ye twadi rescue feeding mu no ono so chefa wom corruption kuro no wo bo or in the name of free senior yes free school feeding program nya asem ketwa and address afu hu ye no timam no terminating appointment letter and na presidency say who be you address afu when our appointed no na wo maka sign retired Kwashiga yire obeda no terminating appointment letter retired Kwashiga yire and na wuni bo party no and na we leading member of MPP one na yire de eye de no akwa terminating na appointment letter ono bo address afu fiti ya na mame no terminating appointment letter. Corruption ya ekoso school feeding mu corruption krono ye twesika ne de rescue feeding mu enkoda hwe enne Ghana ha na yesi akora bia per head bia sika nu 1 Ghana cedis video mama mi Eugene mama mi videos ni bi na ye nua no fun ennuane a madam Gertrude Kwashiga Mrs. Gertrude Kwashiga ni fie nkraman enkra wo mu nie sebi wo mu didi wi adwa mu kwakwohwe di agu dustbin mu okra no eye papa se nnuane we ne de 7 crofo ma no obi gira hwan aka kire wo sa an na so mu de omu nya bidi Eradi Nyankopon beji Ghana hwe so na wonu made a wo mo ye se o mo ti se regional minister ba DC ba ana penibu ba eba be kwoto a no ma hyede nu aduane kama bi eto mu nu aduane kama bi wi a aha we yes we do say be kwa SS na mi hu we sei me kwa SS na mi hu sa de we sei dining hall SS we yes aduane me pe school feeding na nkasa videos ni bi me pe school feeding kwada no aduane na wo mu di me pe sa videos ni bi na me pe na o ma hyeda aye jollof baribi na o ma anu okosuye ni hwe na o mu de guso ni aka chese mo behwe nkora ni nnuane a wo mu edi adwa safo ma ni hu nyina ye school feeding ya ennuane fun ya ye no de man koda school feeding ya caterers afi be kwa wieye abe release ska ye fama caterers na sa sika no national coordinator one regional coordinators including district coordinators no ma che no ma wia no mawia ni akachira wo say we are retired major Kwashiga yire it was untouchable address of ntimi terminate ma na appointment letter we are untouchable because na nadu abamu no de ba beto table su bia ye wo dia ade bia ba beto table bia so no eye wo dia hwe aduane ankrofo ma edi hwe ewrade say ye stiwo say ye nkwan yo ya ye didi dokun aduane a enkrofo ma edie enti program na ya hyehye ye no but aya na eda so se ye be ma enkoda no nutritional foods ama wo ma die na akoda wo nu ko school basic na wo ma ne se aduane fu we se wondi a akora ni nyini papa be no wo ba be nyini e wo wiase Let Ghana basic things and nipa kura hia no wo ya bana se wuntimi provide basic things aduane kakra we ya wo de man koda wo basic schools primary junior high untimi mfa wo mu de be bem na betimi aye yesi 3 years kura ni capitation grant kwa ba we ntwi ya biem na secretaries na bwana kwa kopie mu ewa regional minister office ya na o to wonsa pam wo mo sese bi wanya mmoa bi sahanum na wo mo ba no o mbepe wo mu leadership enya memo fu tantanya down table so awo de afa ya ba na ba obi anwie bi obi anfu bi ena nka president is supporting ya nka ebi a change saba but enenu na kufu ado aban mu no de obi ehunu ni say ebeto na so afa wo dia because one fa na esa asejaw wo fa obi anyo hu te obi ani wan wo be yo bibia etu so bi ba na so afa Caterers no ekoye no wo see the whole of last year 3 times teku ana said damakran abanya ntua wo mu bi 1 Ghana cedis kura enu na ne wo betimi the 5 cedis impo se wo kwa akota aduane ene kenke enketwa no ye body 3 cedis kenke ketwa 3 cedis kasia kakra ye 4 cedis ene emo ye tene se no kwa no mu atugimi ye tene se 5 cedis eko. So imagine say akora bi ko school ni esi free senior high school sika abani tua wo per head akora bi ahono enu 1 Ghana cedis aduane be na we expect secretaries no enu anfa masa ankoda we say eni aduane be enena mi bisasa yesi 2021 sika ye twa ye 2022 sika ye twa ye every free senior high free school feeding program 881 million Ghana cedis. So does it mean say the whole of 2022 no says sika we say no budget allocation ya ediko school feeding mun ankwa na ya ketra say ka say 3 times te kukura wo mun sanka 2023 I increase from 881 million Ghana cedis 2023 ya said 969 million Ghana cedis sika ya allocate budget ya de FCO school feeding mun no etimu diaba Madam Gertrude Kwashiga Madam Gertrude Kwashiga one coordinators monfa mudie omu half sika over 900 million Ghana cedis mudie omu half monfa na mudie monko no anwiane fun e man krofo mani saa na ma catch us say wo catch ni pa say Nyankopon tua ne kakora mo na wo wani abelu a wo catch na min tua ni pa ne ka no na nyame ihira no wo wusi nyame ntua ne ka ni pa no no wo obokro no yeye obokro no what the school feeding or bokro no at the expense of san koda we omunya momobo ye twa body atun koda ni tiri so enkrofo di tisi mansions plot akasie ne enkrofo de to cars akasie no mo de to no mu wi a o ma ko school su papa at the expense of ordinary Ghanaian sa koran ketua we say no mo no sika na budget allocation no Madam Gertrude Kwashiga modia momfa wai because obia anyohwe obia nka hwe adwasafo edine sabeka wi ekokosi sei adwuma nko jade to honom because we are untouchable obia ntimi fa ne nsanka etumu de 2022 no sika no de mo betua matua 2023 so allocate bi de ma over 900 million Ghana cedis school feeding coordinator eyamo de amomfa na nkrofo ma montonkoso na mo no anuane fun anuane amfie nkraman mayemwa enie enwane amukɔhwe di agu mu dasbi mu kura no eye papa no montonkoso na munu ama nkrofo ni yenka nkyem sɛ Nyankopɔn tua mo ka no wonhyira mo ye jamu di mu ye jamu edi mu Nyankopɔn enti politicians o mokro mu anom yade ani aduro ene ka wo mu abro etirimoden wo mu ye tirimodin fo politicians ye tirimodin fo wo mieni nu akonwa ye ye kura mfa ne ho obebo kro no te say day wonya ne ho a wo se nya sika ne tumi power emfa ne ho en wo manyu mu say ya chaw ene nipa bi ya creative program way na ya de parliament ni allocate sika way ni ya di komu say school feeding program even kwa planting for food and jobs senka ya aduma ya enko senka anwani buso en wo manya bi anwa de amankoda no ye twasika ye si district bia warehouse buffer stock warehouse ebisi sechere east emwa na dani mu mponche ni nyaamo e na wo mu dani mu aburo bag kura bi nwura sa warehouse what da eno sa warehouses no ye bu ho akonta de kire wa busua eye Ghana yie but ye ma yeti ye hwase wo mu kire ye mu se planning for food and jobs na eba no eno kwa na eba be feed school feeding caterers eno na eba be boa wo mu eno na free senior school caterers eno na eba be boa wo mu nenso ye ni warehouse ba ko pe various districts awo be kwa yesia de o mu timi si ye no a aburo boto bisi boto ebi kura da ho sika na wei obi afa enti Ghana no politics na omo ye no saa ne ye kɔ no ebeto na so awo dia ebeto table so awo hode afa bi because obi anya ohwe we are untouchable madam Gertrude Kwashiga we are untouchable enti wo dia tokoso na ne cater yi mo coordinators no mo ntonkoso na mo de monum wo man ne saa munwia wo man ne saa all in the name of school feeding program mo ntonkoso munwia saa because wo dia we are untouchable Kwashiga yele no ye nya ohwe enti wo dia mo ntonkoso na wo de oba basia mo nwanua ne fon tantan we na mo fama enkrofo saa Momo former president John Dramani Mahama ni video ni mame ni tomu eno kwa ka asasem we say yentu ya bo asem ye
di MPP ebe di intro se moto abama mia me ba free SHS no metwam eno ano mo de campaign we wal intro yenyanom MPP ebe di intro se moto abama mia me ba free SHS no metwam eno ano mo de campaign we wal intro if we say free SHS no 2016 any ye shall say ni day students ye ka say day student bi a ko school bia untua hwe any say afia eba 2017 September 2016 academic year no ye the borders beka ho and this afi no ye the 140,000 boarding students eka free SHS no if we say constitution let's say we should do it progressively. Enti na ye progressive every year near the bia kan every year near the bia kan kopem say ye be cover obia and almost almost say no immediately amuka so mbeye no eno enede ohaw abeto awofo no so ezu because Ansah now be share free HS say or share making sure say dormitories wo ho an kwada no benya baby ada also making sure say classrooms wo ho a benya baby esua ade also making sure say dining hall wo ho baby on betimi edidi enti e sha say no ena ni esi dormitories dining halls this and your money na e was secondary schools thing na ena esi e-blocks community day schools so aka ho if you say him say enkwada no be dɔɔso a e was so munya school ni bi kɔ ena we mo bae say free SHS no at once wo so wonya ahogwa bia enkwada no ebenya ahoto etimi asua ade eno enede ohaw naba afa yetimi de obakɔ ebia kokrantumi secondary school now when your dormitory this is okope obi dan e high ma wo ba etimico school and then wo kohwe eduane a enkoda ni di wo school a sebi empreduasa ebia ni fie mpo ne kraman endi se eduane no sebi enkwada ni na free school
enyane na wo mo no a e de man krofo mendie no former president John Dramani Mahama say ni fie na ye mo akora wo mo endi and then ubenya education minister ono kwa no de wabo brat na America Dr. Aduchum America na wotena ye no state bay ena sa anyiani ya oh erade oman be kurani oman bay oman after 66 years of independence enka wasi ye koyanim eya na edu ba bi kura woti konso achi kura na chese wankasa kwa no wura ho erade oman bay ni Dr. Aduchum state bay ena wo US state bay ena sa anyiani fu we ye nkrofo me die no enwane tanta we ye nkrofo me die no yebe nuwa de ama emofo nkwara so wo muni anase yebe kase aha de Africans state ni ha no muguntu mu de mo ya Africans ye bum se mo ye moa eti di nwane we say emamodi Dr. Aduchum and then wo kasa asif say everything about education na dwunu ni tirimu ne wo o kasa bia no o man fatu fi America and education system na Dr. Aduchum impact be pan ye bold be se be education minister no one make chire ye wo di curriculum foforo kra ba be pim se me hu textbook kra maye na wo yi anu akacho ade mu adwuma wo ye ni code wo di amayi goro boys na wo mu di edi sika every awofo oni code onu ani code ena ye twa bo de atoso ni code wo ton ni code no abeka kire wo se ma me keke sika nkwanka metena America Dr. Aduchum wuti America no ene wo ba Ghana ha ebe ye member of parliament na the first time now ye deputy minister education wa wo ye dede man central for bi tudi wachi na ponya de wo betimi aya ye position ni ma impact changes bay ene akoso education sector wo Ghana ha Dr. Aduchum wo dia wani abie watu kwan wa bobra se nwiane no a say ye basic o say ye senior high school so say nwiane na ye no ade ma wo mo no America boga Aduchum say nwiane wei abrochire emuo bay America muo bay de say nwiane wei emuo bay pan America na wo free ba na ye kan na wo kan America emuo bay de say nwiane no a school fee Madam Gertrude kwashiga ene ne nkofo afa omani sika got names enso yenka wo bia hwe yenchi wo bia yenka wo bia bibia yana metise Aduchum no titi radio so TV so no kasa no bob America kwa na chese na medumi TV na medumi radio because metise o kasa ansem hunu kura na eye me se me mfimpo America state bay any edi new curriculum metimi ba over 3 years na textbooks emaye America state bay and a capitation grant was so abaini tua 3 years ni omuntu yaye na sa enwiani wei yo je mo fa video nungu so mame America state bay education minister na sa ho so share ho school feeding no so share ho enti won kan ho hwe ye haw na no mi hu pictures bia na wa visit school bia yama so jollof edi kosua toto so o kan se wo aba no yama nkura ni nwiane papa won tira hu no ntwa wo de baba ba gi ne hu sekire mi na se ye be nwiane enkoda ni di wo Dr. Aduchum education minister oni mi ye se nwiane fu yi kura ti mi short se nwi ena ye se first year for no mo ba be cover vacation o kira o mo ko on be ba June yes o mo cover vacation on be ko school June no kura ni date mai aje se bra ba no be so be hunu se obenya sika to nwiane se nwiane fo na gu ho no no ansa na ya ka kire mo se Ghana Education Service and release about date on be ko na se wo ba ko school January o ko fie no be ko school June a enu se June no so no wonye she enkwara America state bay emua bay adwani ni wa America education minister mun suro nyame say Bible no ye ntiase wo mu no mo ntiase eye soronko because eniema mo ye no nyame suro kete kura ni nipa mu wo Ghana ha nyame suro pa sei se nipa we se mu yade ati bi bo ba koto na nyankopon wasa na wasa sorry wenye na yaresa nipa trimodinfo we mu a wicked leadership wicked leaders and penny form dear so a woman till more day. Omu nipa bonefo eya akoronfo no mu sei ya de atimi bono ne akase wawu wa sole say nipa we wo sole aba be yedai wo beto na kuro no boso o sori aba beto na po boso abusiafo yenko yanim na se udi ensem ni bia chi a ho ensem no udi bia chi a wo be kasa sabat no amount of shouting and I kasa bia no betimi asese bibia wo Ghana say because nipa no de obani timu poso obeye no enua na chese wa na dwere se wo ye no enua na kire se wo ye enti honorable Sarah Asafo udi bem se position wo jade to ho se wo mpe wo ja position na editu wo ja position na editu ho no se wo mpe udi bem because sani ama futanta we say no na wakoma entimi oh my Ghana ye wo kwentwa pa 66 years independence in faso bi ama so ma o man za en faso hey apart from democracy kemamin can be ye ekoso wo Ghana say but say ye funny say good governance pa no me be accountability no me ade na o man no ye kan ye dru emre bi atwam no ni ye dru ni ye dru ye ni ye ekọ but ya tia san dru de ni ye dru ni ye ekọ nkakran ba na Akufo-Addo ba ya ne de abusuafo o man no said ya na na aye no enu national chairman demand the new patriotic party Ora Stephen Tim press conference bi na wo se wo respond NDC amanyoko the true state of the nation's address koyeye UPSA that day na me wo honum bi the chairman general honorable Sedwin Katia ensema wo de atu dwa no na me wo honum ebi enu Ora Stephen Tim na me di kan abobo ensema hodo so a chairman general Sedwin Katia de tu dwa na abusuafo mo ankasa ma jeje entu do message ba mekan se enye the true state of the country of the nation na ma kan akere yen ora se ni kete di kan raise issue we say vaccines polio vaccines e short ye wo Ghana ha polio vaccines e short ye e wo Ghana ha say health minister ye rekwa Jimamanu e parliament odi kan ye press conference e information ministry ni Thursday no call parliament e kan say shortage no international crisis because of wa mu de bia wa mu nya bibi di share Russia Ukraine mu no mu nsensem ye eti o mo chie sika over $6 million e de ma UNICEF so wa mu supply no ni bi MIA was in few weeks time enu ni beba weekend ena enu ni bi land ya Kotoka International Airport o se international crisis a ewiase nyina na ekomu ba na Nigeria forward say enu ni bi na Ghana Health Service dey kind report ni baye asem mo ka kire Ghana for ni say polio vaccines are shorty because of exchange rate omu niska omo me ka kire say enu na shorty but because of politics intino health minister ono papa kokoro panimu ono so won kan no kore ba akon so no accountant ba akon a ono so kro ono so won kan no kore ba akon enso ye health minister ukọ kan ni aka say papa kokoro wa we obetimi awo e na wo ka be kire but abusuafo o ka kire Ghana for say ewiase nyina crisis inti enu na shorty enti sasem we ya ese du kati aka no Stephen Tim no oboa polio vaccines and short to Ghana ha man starting crofo makra na yade na start wo so measles nom and start wo so na oboa enti sa wo kwagina ho no sa wo respond na de wo kan wo mo boa Stephen Tim Stephen Ntimwe mi na wo si Ntimwe adie na ase nu kati aka ya no oboa okay yemfiri no so ne yemra Ghana President Akufo-Addo a debt to GDP entwam over 100 President Akufo-Addo urge Ghana 2016 obey president 2017 no na o man Ghana ka na da so na yesey ene adru say Stephen Tim ene adru say 122 billion Ghana cedis January 7th 2017 yana na de ni si adwaso no na Ghana ya debt stock ye say ye ka ye de external debt domestic debt aka ni nyina bomu a 122 billion 122 billion no 122 billion no and edu say edu over 600 billion edu over 600 billion Ghana cedis because of corruption, reckless expenditure, reckless borrowing. 17 wabwa your debt to GDP a chamo over 100% wabwa 17 erunu wabwa the na me pesa wo figures accurate wo figures say or catch the Ghana for say your debt to GDP over 100% wabwa 80 and no went to me and deny and no went to me and say enye no kre but equalization aba na abebe ye and he fa dia no kan ye e be fa wo man no e kan na ye de under the leadership of Yera John Dramani Mahama yana na akufo de bebe som 2022 because of say exchange rate intino e kai be to Ghana so nko akra no yes e ka no be say almost be 40% na ade ye because say ye bo bosia e in dollars wo do be 100 million no say 2021 na exchange rate $1 e 6 cedis a na say 2022 mama mo full tantan Dr. Bobie obonle any economic management team finance minister Madmada Roma akwa 13 cedis a okwa kotua sika na nka saa mre wudi nipa ne ka $1,000 and now be money 6,000 say nipa ne $1,000 no wo be money be say times 2 be say 12,000 and 13,000 and she says Steven tu be catch say the MPP NDC for year no mo boa and no one can answer sem bia enye no kra see a debt to GDP from 120 your debt 122 billion no say atwam over 600 billion your debt to GDP just say abro so bunkam dia fire so na no fetch ni Bloomberg for kra say omu ratings omu yi Ghana dia free so because be no one maka omu rating ye say yenya report to be a free Bloomberg mabiem yenya report to be a free fetch mabiem because omu see be ni Ghana ha say ya omu ba be rating ye ye kwa default yentimi ntua ye ho aka Steven Timanu oboa Dr. Case out to forcing State of the Nation's address the final presentation or catch the US in Ghana Emma honorable say educate also can UPSA say na Akufo-Addo 6 years 2017 to 2018 when yesika 820.5 billion Ghana cedis national chairman demand MPP enu wa moboa 820.5 billion Ghana cedis na dunya no 6 years no eno no enya no kore one figure bi ama when to me and dispute that fact say na do 6 years from 2017 to 2022 when ya 820.5 billion Ghana cedis the university your road sector e 10.8 billion the other call roads na do so when invest sika nyina Ghana sika do na call roads no sika 820.5 billion no sika na do invest ye e road sector no e less than 11 billion Ghana cedis capital expenditure sika ni mu no the invest ya e betimi di sika ba me e de atua ho aka no out of 820.5 billion Ghana cedis no capital expenditure 56 billion Ghana cedis Steven Timini MPP for enuada mushia ye wo Alisa hotel ho no ma wo kana mo bogire so yeah lack of knowledge emu dia he na chairman general kan ya wo boa say na do 6 years wonya 820.5 billion Ghana cedis na Akufo-Addo 2017 January 7th after showing in MPP for 17 na Ghana inflation na say chairman general boso na ye 15.4% and the Ghana inflation 53.4% eno kra ne ye pass Ghana Statistical Service enya accurate figure no de ban but wo de ya so me ya fa ne sa because ne ma boy ya ye din baby ya trans bibia boy ya din unti me ka tell say 53%. 17 inflation from 15%. Ya ne to dokro 1 Ghana cedis e wudi ebo nsu ogu so a wa men ene dokro me na makura me se me mpedwan se me to 4 Ghana cedis na say inflation do 53% ya 17 says our report na NDC di buy no the truth the real state of this country no omo boa ebusuafo Ghana inflation no 53%. Na say equalization aya na moye no ene no amaka kire mo se eye covid eye Russia Ukraine war Togo inflation Togo ha ya de maba no very na singbe inflation wo Togo ha eye 5.6%. Togo dia confidence wa Russia Ukraine war bomb no omoto a Ghana na bebeto Togo inflation eye 5.6%. Ghana inflation eye 53.4%. Benin inflation eye 1.3%. Benin dia confidence wa Russia Ukraine war wa wo dia hu fra manfa wo ho. Burkina Faso munko cheke Burkina Faso inflation enu 7%. Nigeria inflation eye 21%. Ivory Coast inflation enu 6%. Munko cheke ni nyina se meboa mo de mo ye make ke meboa enti eye dey na Ghana covid any Putin tokwa awako wo Ukraine affecting Ghana ma inflation eti me do 53%. 17 eti dia make meboa dia chairman general kan meboa ene kotogo Ghana fo a wa mu kakra wo musi kashi kakra ka mu di kotogo ekofa niema na mo sa adwadi for business associations na afa ne mo fira se amu protest no ade na mo ye ne kwa menti ase ye the bill ya amend the bills e dey akwa kogu parliament mo wa akwanya mo be demonstration mo be protest mo anye mo se mo de petition ko dan parliament matna wano mo ama bill no ya pass ya wi a afa na mo ye de twetwa nipa so boa de mo pese guta for mo ka kire Ghana fo nyina dan se ya pass bill no dia enema bo ba ye din mo ye nya atwom ti na Ghana ye nyina ye bre no bill na ko da parliament e be se 3 months nie guta fo mo amuka ka ho ho akomese fo bu nyina mo Ghana ha ada na man tim wangu monten so na man kan kira ban ne se munyuma egu musika hye policy rate akosoro ma interest rate nso akosoro musika hye eti abane hwe no wan pass sa 3 new taxes no bills no mo atra won mo ya pass ya wi a afi na press conference akese afi na mo ya petition ya pass wi no afi na mo ya petition di kwa ma president so onyinya munni ene mo se dia mo kache Ghana fo nyina dan say ya pass bill le dia enema bo ba ye din asema mo enfonyina mu twa kire Ghana fo ano no enye bibia se bill no president intervene ni enye hwe because enye se ko to parliament wano mo a na bill no ye pass enye eti dia anya ne se na mo da NDC fo NDC na hye badwafo ya mo parliament wano mo no na akufo ado MPs no a mo to abade mo parliament wano mo no o mo do osese wo mo including the independent MP no wo mo do osese wo mo ye nya twom mo be tiesi abonten na ma protest na ye no mu bi consumers ye di machie no matimi atena se ahwa am ya pass ya wiafe na mo ye dede hu twetwe nipa so boa ye hu petitions kasa from one radio station to the other asiri se mo ye bibia ama mo dwetire hye mo dwetire na ehye si ye nyina na ye bre se gutafo wese mu na 2016 ekwanyam de Joma ama ne NDC fa so wo Ghana ha se no gutafo we mu press conference and some kesi ankofo we kaye edi kire Joma Mahama ne nya asem ketua sankrofo we adwadifo kokwo we se mu en wo mu gigi sika din to boa o kan hini aboso o kan fo ni kumasifo nyina aka ho bi edi ma president Akufo Addo se na nado ye wo mu de na nado medi president mo ho nto wo mu sadwadifo we se ne wo mu su so wɔn ntumi import ne mama no ɛna 2017 wɔn yɛ na ase asɔre chant ma say de wɔn aban na aba gutafo na enne wɔn mu suo no Dr. Obey ɛdeɛ na Dr. Obey wanka NDC time ɛdeɛ na wanka guta president ɛdeɛ nsɛm na wanka ensɛm akɛseɛ ya papa be kan sabre no yi 40 feet container na nu be se 35,000 and no yi 40 feet container ekeka ko be se etwamu 150,000 Ghana cedis omu twantima 2017 ekọ ho na asia sorry se busua form abofo dwomahama asori afiri wo mo so na wagye man ye wo man ye na nadu danko akufo ado ba oba ba be ye Ghana ye enti muti Ghana ha ye the bills baako miensa at the parliament man protested any the petition ko parliament man nya ho hwe ene bill no ya pass MPP for pass ya wi a afi na asa mu protest ma ka kire Ghana for say chese ye ba betua mo ye de ya je atum se ye any choice kotogo ha ko hwe 5 years ago ade a woto ne 5,000 sefa 10,000 sefa no and that's why the same price because inflation no ejina enko nanim eniema boa ekosoro no enu na chese di rate enu na de ho inflation eba na sa wo mind to say Benin na say inflation 1.3 a mu hia mo president amone dan from na ye die ye ni wudi ni mambofo tiri modifo ene te Ghana ha inflation from 15%, the IMF conditionalities now comes up after say 2-3 years no now senka inflation about single digit cause senka bia every 2023-2024 konanka inflation about single digit but because of reckless borrowing na Kufuado can offer Dr. Baumia Bobusia left right adwen pass e dia adwen eni nyansa to bosia bo hono na bi na ho bosia na kan ofori atabu ntimi se ne nyansa kete nyansa sei e bi na ho adwen pa bi da ho na e bi na ho bo mosia sa enegu tafo musu eni amunyi mu ho na musu pa esa sa fe pa na mine de ene afe ne yasim pa yasim Chairman General 17 miwie o obo National Cathedral abusia for National Cathedral ebo a ene kwa me mu yi pictures mu fa meto so bi ma me wae amra na wa ma bo ho 39 million Ghana cedis mu fa nto so ma me enti Chairman General said nketi aka say President Kufuado akotu amna akose ya dwapade abo ho 339 million Ghana cedis ajay architecture and design works for year wajim over 150 million Ghana cedis sa adewe any picture we kura Chairman General yi no UPSA CV team ya boa sa picture ya busuafo eda Facebook page enye National Cathedral enye na dai CV team enti sa picture we say no National Cathedral ya kwosai Ghana dwapade private properties oni nyina ya send wa man no ye tua ho ye friends compensation ye tua ho compensation no samna we ye mo ho ka 339 million Ghana cedis hu samna we hu designs including restaurants no aje no wanyimu over 150 million Ghana cedis enti uka se the Chairman General kan wo boa na wo boa e dia no wo boa eniema hodo Abraham eba ayi enura no wa bobo adwumafu egu presidency won mo eno kura no 2021 dia na no wo bobo edia ban ena Chairman General kan ya na oboa se ye wo Ghana ha sei na Kufuado presidency ehwana mu director of special project woni ho presidential staffers director of special project oni ho manager of operations and programs woni ho technical communications assistants S2ASO director of special projects and your manager of operations and programs ho you were 5 technical communications assistants our presidency you were technical advisor Zongo Development Authority Yewo 2 technical advisors, Special Development Initiatives Secretariat. Meanwhile, President Akufo-Addo the second time me ati and was say special initiative special development initiative no ministry no waguno. And then our presidency wo. Year 2, your technical advisor, political affairs, your presidential staffer, NABCO, I was your for NABCO Enguye. NABCO Enguye, that's our presidential staffer, NABCO, our presidency. Your office management executive associate, your technical director to the presidential advisor on media. Can we imagine? Hey, your technical director to the presidential advisor on a presidential advisor on yeah, presidential director on media or no technical director. Ajay, what a country. What a country. Your data manager and so data manager and so yes, also our youth ambassador for diaspora affairs. Your policy associate, chief executive of public sector reforms. Yes, also our overseer, national cathedral. Your church relations manager, diaspora church mobilization officer. Where are Broswa? But Stephen Tintina me Broso. Your policy coordinator analyst. Your focal person, La Francophonie. Yes, also technical director, La Francophonie. Your coordinator, special development initiatives secretariat. Ebusia for enti sa asem where Stephen T we ya press conference no. We ya press conference na e dey asa na wo ka kire Ghana for Stephen T. E dey asem pa nenti wan kasa wo ka kire Ghana for. Other issues so wo kan ye ya eno so UPSA chairman general raise ye. About the number of staff adwumayefo a wo mo Jubilee House presidency. And no one you jina he statement about last week, you know. Say adwuma form what presidency in 1044. 1044. Out of this figure no, 361 staffers, presidential staffers. Niaka omo makano public sector workers. Okay. Per Twitter honorable Samokuja to abla kwade baye no. Also said my phone we say no more presidential staffers no 2012 was say appointees no more presidency no more 70 2012 no more 70 one more drop it 2015 31 because 2015 John Dramani Mahama ni NDC hunu say Ghana wa crisis mu crisis ane nu ne crisis yo ene crisis dey say Ghana ya asai but from 70 no appointees no etiba 31 2015 2021 appointees ane wa presidency 995 time ye su 2021 na yes yeni abre ko 2022 mu a ye de electronic levy eba yi levy baye no na Akufo-Addo esanso hunyansa additional 53 appointees can staffers wo mugu presidency ho 2022 no a omana ye deja omana say no ye ne nkrofo so ye kwa IMF mu introduce e-levy no na Akufo-Addo ehunyansa esanso ade 53 appointees at the presidential staffers ho ewo presidency. In 2021 no 995 no 2022 no 1048 Stephen Tim justify ade wey justify ade wey actually Ghana for say na nado edo Ghana from 31 appointees 31 2015 2040 to 361 who justify public sector workers no kra no eno so ma sanso the figure ni ebia ka ho Stephen Tim who justify sadie we say enye no kra se na nado regional tour ye akoso e wa Shanti region e ka obo o man Ghana enye no kra me nsa anko no so na me sa abo no so kra de Ghana fo edwe bedwa wiawe kra no enya asem ketewa enya no kure say 2022 ministers retreat Ghana broadcast TV team enya no kure say ka koba me kata is kwal ka koba satia rubber brand new cars ya egu presidents every 2 years bia yesesa no 2022 almost spending any batteries ana 15 million Ghana cedis. Somebody talk ka cover any batteries. Steven Tim enya no kure sa. Me kwa ba busuafo me bobo sa figures ni nyina so na me de akire. E pese me kokode ofo ene wo ma yinus me ba. Me sa ko Steven Tim eso. Na ade a wasa moti asense enra France Foreign Affairs Minister 3 days ni. A day before yesterday. Ena joy for a ball ni voice. Osi omu meeting President Akufo-Addo wo Jubilee House. After sa omu shemu die no eno address press. Say China forces some president atena Ghana di musika aba akohwibira. Mo de ka mo metua. Ya say sa debt exchange program no. China force omu sign you. And you say yes project ahodo road construction contractors bi aduma omu ya. Eya China loan bia ni nyina ma stop omu nkrofo. So omunyai na omana bo say yato enti Rosa ongoing project ahodo ayekoso bia eye China buy na finance bia ni nyina ma stop it because China buy so omana no asay ukwa na akokotena na akokoye adwuma na usika ma Foreign Affairs Minister no wasi sese no Paris Club no e na wo mi intervene wasi members wo mu no year 22 e na wo mi intervene abo aban no because China buy so one sign it China buy at China no COVID the T one when start here but China more China for quite the same so mo be Russia kwa kakra say ye Ghana but Russia Ukraine war China boy China na e developing one more president enko high luxurious private jet en fan tu kwan wo de me kokode wo no so me ba be trust na de aka no ene kode wo for your press conference na wo mo ebua kire se empanimfo mienu commissioners to Dr. Peter apia hene ena Hajia Salima Ahmed sa enkrofo we se mu no kode wo for se wo mo resign every electoral commission ho because electoral commission enya MPP headquarters annex and woman resigning everyone reporter to their own investigations reporter woman say Dr. Peter Apia hini we kura no say na do kura consider no say oba be ye buna for regional minister we party communicator e wo buna hafo ya wo jemu butu gidigidi edema MPP na Haja Ali Ahmed no so ne hu nsem ye bebre ya eno so wa maboro so na minua Maxwell Nyaga Mago we didn't know some correct okay Maxwell Nyaga Mago ena a call press conference we say bie enti kode of wo ensema wo kind Maxwell Max
yes
afternoon
good afternoon
enti kode of wo say omunyina so ne say na president Ghana amane powers na wo ya na appointment akode of wo so wo nti ase
akode of wo say appointment na president Akufo-Addo wa ye no omuni nje and because omoye NPP people omoye background search omo say we Dr. Peter Apia Hene and Hajia Salima omoye people who are in the NPP and omo make it sure say they've made it known to the people in the press conference today say the fact that President Akufo-Addo all powers say people to the Electoral Commission board and trust say other party nkrofo be she ho a omo be ye nia President Akufo-Addo pe nti omo kan send bebre press conference ni mo enne first one is say omo nti ase say EC independent board and say obi a oya party affiliated be kwako ka ho a President Akufo-Addo de nkrofo mienu we akoto so and amongst other issue omo say Ghana for any EC no ho na omo o share statistics a omo ama wo hana Omo trusted in 2004 no Ghana for GDA wo isimu 48% now so 2008 about 40%. I just say about from 8% from 2004. Subsequently in 2012 about drastically from 40% to 27%. And we 2017 a stroke cry equal 25%. And Ansah asa from in 2022 to 21%. It will share statistics are coded for AMA from Afro Barometer Service now. It's just a Ghana for baby on when NJ near ECA, especially with appointees now almost say MPP 4 no. Now more details on the background search now about Dr. Apia Hene now. They made reference to him being a patron of one of the institutions now for TESCON in one of the institutions almost social media and some more identify say Obi a post in January 2021 or say Dr. Apia Hene enye Bono regional minister oboboso no he should be Bono regional minister now so almost say in never way in natural say onye fit to be an independent person na obetina EC board no so oko Ajia Salima Ahmed Tijani so ono ne de no interesting kakra if we say enye ono ankasa directly no omo ponche the family member say nikunu aye friend Sheikh TB Dambano or a leading member of NPP or ambassador to Saudi Arabia from 2017 to 2021 ne mami enso haji
almost say maybe kwatwam no ye second vice chairman national second vice chair di ma NPP nikunu Sheikh Dambano
and almost a born ne mami aye friend Hajia Samatu Gift Bukari and also your first elected woman first vice chairman of the NPP in the northern region.
Okay.
Now, and your omonkwan omobobo so mo born sister I friend Hajia Habibata Shani Mahama Zakaria and also a current CEO of Microfinance and Loan Center I friend Maslock and our contested 2020 NPP primaries that were Yendi constituency and from Omo checks na church 2024 still sister air contest our Yendi into Enyama
2024 on one sister no
yes
sa Hajia yo muboni din Salima
aha on Hajia Salima ne sister air friend Hajia
ono na ye Maslock CEO okay and ne mame and so a first vice president eda was it
vice chairperson of
NPP in northern region
Inti osha niema we nipa miensa we
ena ni kusi ni kunu so ye de haj de ni kunu ye de
na ni kunu second national vice chairman of NPP or ye former ambassador to Saudi Arabia inti he has been in positions for the NPP and the country
okay
inti osha niema we ya omwaka na so ade ba kwa interesting wo han say when say we nipa miensa na president Akufo-Addo at the core EC board no so on March 20, 2023 almost share Reverend Kwabena Ufuri Boate omo man the background and so almost say she's not affiliated to the NPP intino enye asem kese bia say or no better na board no so into details no almost say that makes them unfit these two people Dr. Peter Apia Hene any Ajia Salima Tijani betina EC board no so ni omo pen say omo betina se adwen ho aka say appointment na ya more no and say some betina ho because omo MPP nkofo
eti Hajia Salima Ahmed no Tijani no onu ni kunu
yes
e maybe atwam na oye vice chairman national vice chairman edima MPP ena ni mame enso eye first vice chair edi ema NPP
in northern region
northern region ena ni sister enso ena ye CEO Maslock ya was also a contest MPP
and
primaries ewo yendi
or contest 2024 so was I na adwin say
obesako okay enti bia omoma deadlines be ultimatum be say bia omo issue say within this period no sa Dr. Apia Hene enough so Hajia Salima Ahmed Tijani omo resigning
now as some could for a car about this and say omo pese omo beye ne hyeso na so omo hwe say about 18 months to 2024 no nkrofo mienu bedwen ho aka say ni akoso no ensese ebe koso nti omo betina say after that no omo ntumi anka ensi so say omo be petition na say omo beye bibia fa ho na so omo say if this is not done next line of action or movement.
Me da say abusuafo enti maso anyagamago udi ya me da ate o say na ya me de pa anyagamago eti ene kodefo amanebo eno no eti said ya di kan ya cheche mu di ama wo no Dr. Peter Pia hene de kwame mo bebo Dr. Peter Pia hene ni we na mamia sa ho okay ya mpike course na e ba eti kode o se pe omo ankasa investigation say NDC for kra na beka ene ye beka say NDC for mo kire mo ho munya akwanya ni bidwa ma amanya bi ko betimi de Ibrahim Mahama kra kwa Electoral Commission chairperson wanye yo ma NDC munya akwanya ni bi enka betimi de say educate akra kwa ye one of the commissioners Electoral Commission enso wanye na nado de wanya enti wo ye enti kode wo fu obu a kire say enipa mienu Dr. Peter Pia Apia hene ena Hajia Salima Ahmed Tijani ono kwa de o maame no okunu de na chese ni fie du MPP for pa awusia for 0302208090 0302208090 metra si ma mo bonse ma wo du piso ba mo nhale nso say IMF sika ne yensa enyankan me kwa homa no so ma fa me first caller. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, I'm Ansah.
Udem.
Yami Shirao.
What's in an amadi? Okay, Yanko.
Yami Shirao.
Amen.
When you're there, and you're there, far from us, no crash with your car, Ubuyani, the idea I no credit. With Maumo. But when you're always bossing in NDC for no, only you lose, Anama. Come, Mumu, Mumano. But on one cat, I'm more gas one, I'm not to ye. At one of my son by your own community. Then the deal on the National Information Trouble. Because you see your parliament, you get it on your decided. Because he mean, person, I am American people. And they want to say, Yanny, I feel from Yanny, Yanny, try any woman. Namuk a good top of her. Namuk be in the master. Almost any a 24 wife here, being with the FM you must and say that day and made any amount of empire crack and to touch a moment. No move your market dependent on what your school no move get. Not that Musa show you there. With a master, Obisuma, I mean, come on.
Let us say hello, good afternoon.
Hello, Mammy.
Yeah.
But good afternoon.
Afternoon, Demianko.
That's it. Before we won't. The Wooton and Tinama and the Abanwi. Any appointed nam. Akokonam. What the young Pankran did. What couple of the young Pana and yet, who is on because of Munaka Kundia. Munaka Kapan French in a Pananya. Sika Abawi, Edge Wagana, and Yawagana. And Yamonisika, Abawi Yaji. Never seen and then you have look at what to complain. I'm watching. Say, you can't watch and talk. Confidence in a man we have Bofema. Would you not want the answer? Mahama was your incompetent. Mahama, you say you can't hit the woman way. 3 years, Mahama, you were going to 3 years and 3 months. 56 billion. And Yamaka say you will come here 56 billion. The village Kabakota. Who is against the Mahama to Kota, Kota, Domestic Bungalow. There you go, Nina count. You want to be ready. I just came to be ready. You can't want them. What the cover you can't watch at the car. Nobody, Mano. I don't know, moving is out Ghana. And in Kata, what kind of this is Baumia or wherever Bawia.
You get us say hello, me for the auto. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, afternoon. Hello, my
yes, yeah, that's it.
You are family of my Ghana. Why?
Amen. Amen.
Yamu by Mammy. Why?
Amen.
Me Timu Castano, Nama Nani. Oh, another was up fire. Yami won't by what?
Amen.
Yami won't by pa. Asama Ukai. Me the day I am Yapa, ni say. Yes, you Nana, ever cast so much row. Now, so could be so mania. Now, I have to say what case you will be asked on the Ghana for a ne Ghana for on the air. In 24, we mother that I 2016. Say, I am more complaining, said, yes, say, new way, high. Mushana mundi sukete, maye. Namuka sembia ya kuma beto ye. Musamba, namusamba abada nidi. Onu ne honu ne ya mi yanu. Nitu amasa musu. Yesi cathedral se cathedral magana. Na fo. Nyakupo wo hoyi. Obemma adipa Ghana bio.
Yesi dia. Mini aba wosi yesi dia.
Cathedral yo se debe no mu kanu. Onu nyami be sa he bibia ma ya jitem peni boni weni mu nyina Africa na ha. Ansah na nyami be ye bibi papa magana. Na ye ndim se enu Yakupon ni kesi no. Ye pese ye bom mre wa fokura o ma ye ntima ye hu. Ye obeta ye Ghana. Ansah na ye wu akọ. Ya san hu se na Ghana ti se adia. O ma ye nyi ye betu Ghana. Na mu ye program no sa mi pamuto eya mu fa so for no mu ba hono mu no. Omu vampire, omu pa yufu, ensenya minta mai, onu de ye mi pa. Yufu, omu de nya organa setia because in 24 we there, oma ye topu. Omu ye kwame, bibia da homo omu di nti no omu de omu du ye hu bio. E na ma se won etosu. Ye si jo mama se omu du krama de na omu di ni. E ye je nkoda no adua na omu di. No omu kasa na omu ni. Ki ye nye krama wo fie. Na omu kasa de omu ka no omu ni. De ya social media ni disu omu tre no onu na ebe tanka wa we ya mu wa na omu pese wuka asembi eya no wonder say Ghana penifo omu di abro ida ma sinye di ma pa mu here why
yeah that's hello good afternoon
this time anyame asum bi nka na awie
amen
uni amba emergency Francis Oda Showman
yo udem
mama me opportunity dem am say chidi upon na ho den na dum ni hira ma mi ni aba aduma na o ye ne so ati aba we so de o kan no kra no mo so ma amanfo se ye meku ba fra bofo bo ho ba de obetore ati obi yesu mo da be kan ani mo yesu dim
amen
ye ni kan se mi ni aba o asema na for report ya na mi ni aba ma ni chire mu one say you are so for paying ni ahemfo akesi rukurum ha da bia me kan jo mahama wo so no de no nya nipa ya wo na asem bia ade bia beba bia ahemfo no mu kasa atofo no mu kasa ditmotu a okoji o mu ba ye say pa so fu we ka say issue apply common sense what you say just o didi papa na dem so enti ya betre ayi ti no no ma na omo de ba ni amanfo o fa bi before omo appoint omo atofo ni ahemfo no omo kasa o mini aba so ma ye di no so ma nkasa na table ni ten na so omo kasa ye ni on be tia ya nkuro mu ha Ghana na nje obi ya de o ye nyina ye dia enti wo da o meleni ti oni Yankopon ye adwuma me da ase
yo ye fa de otoso hello good afternoon yo mini abe ma yenkwai hello hello yenfa next caller hello good afternoon
hello
afternoon
good afternoon what today
adom
yes I'm what is seven and neighbors
yo
pemwa temba na mtuntumi di akiri
ampa
na mi wogidie mapase awara ofidi afikasi omeche mi no Bobie Ansah bebi Bobie akomanda mechia no na hefosian CEO ewo Ghana Library on yadiri ko so wo akiri ana promo bo ato o report bi ani ho ko che mo tina munkumu ba na mi na awayema sa sembia ma ya sabe pentin ka kan sembi osu bia komodin wa me no nkasa asem aya bere no wakasa so fufui ye mpa boni ye boss administration ebetimi aba o eyade ko twiba brema ko bata ebe sise yesi nyina ko ye bi no friends bi di esi bi di ngbola eba ye eluko na enye kase party se saade ekun krofo mai elukra no o man timi enye ni na yi enti sa fufufo no omo se onyame ati esufe na wo mse nyeni nya no mompani bai oye na nsu menua na so yiri nya to so nkoda da bia bo fiti kese su ameka misi ye nua no di petrol ko ma ankura na o he 21F na free education mompani je kufonya petrol na emebi etwam na education e what no the wages omampani ba wa sha sema across the country when you and every empire upon se kodo chire matin baba piki baton
nebonsu mu wo wenyi na wo ankaso ala nchire matin se wenyi na wo ho enso message kura amode be kwa campaign 2024 kura no eye di mu ni bi
kojo kanu okana santika samu okase message ni ho saji kono se eya yedene no so ni se yo emne bi atwa na economy ni timi stabilize no na gana fo kasa entimi ni ya twifo okana okasane bisipani ko na habai yesa so nyanza
wasi munya message because Ghana say economy na say amemo ni nye enti 2024 kwa ni munni message ala nchira matene kae
obi onu 21 f wadi mutintiman wati ma ya ama fo ba ya mo pinya femu obi ko si ya Ghana fo tie papa nu sun Ghana fo tie ni message na wati ma gi dole gun pasi na fie yala kaya no wa kana bone so mo fo mo kanu na ko dika kana santimu de no enti enya ade bia na ka ba fe yino nka sabio nka ka fe no o sia ko sei ye won sam ka ye sam ka tibio ona mi o shamo ela mo
yes that's it. Hello, good afternoon. Afternoon Demiango
me fa cho idin de ofake
ofake yanko why
new press station na me way.
Yo.
Mame mama baso.
Yeah, that's it.
Me bra na ebo su mame mama baso. Commander de na ma hu ni Facebook say won de won police for nam. Ma hu no ne me bra na bodwe say bibibi. Ya wadi so jajai. Let's do it. Mini ya me sereo. Ya what aka Ghana say. Me show wo Facebook say here. Aha. Area ba bia mo say here ni day station wa. Wo de sakawo wo be catch you kuna ka me twa take amount wo ko di ni there 1 month no wa ba wo be di adanse am you difference between Ghana and other countries Africa get to Africa Ghana me nuaba susu ka asai do to yes treo asa mo condemn Ghana too much e ma we wunya ni da for the
Ofake ye can debt to GDP out ase oman ya hwe oman ya we get Ghana hwe we sika nyina wo boa no a wo ka wo de no wunya afi no entimi ntua wo ho aka eti se company na Ofake se wonam sake na hu ni pa oman na eti se company ya akolapse na essence mu ni eye nipa enti na era ne na ye kasa Ghana say ya president Akufo-Addo wudi na chi no no ankasa nim se Ghana abo Ghana say
mini oba enya bosumi bia se obi obi aka o mo amu ya badwuma won ka ho mo amu ya badwuma bia bosumi etuom ka former president Muhammad Tai na bibia say according to their working fine that time the teachers charge 3 years me man 3 months salary ufa jai obuwa he Ofake Ofake obuwa enye no kro obuwa me ma won kasa obuwa teacher for an chira de 3 years am yan kasa format obuwa Ofake eye am nka no kore onim eye se ni twa wa no so Ghana eye freedom of association, freedom of expression, freedom but e me kan chira Ghana for say do ma bre so na teacher for chira de 3 years encho obuwa kan okure ne ko wani chira wadwene nkasa entu san futuro no ne enkoye no minyaba yeah me pawasem o kan wadwene ne kan wadwene ase we dey emfa so but dey wo me say chira ne busa sa comfort me ma contact me wife na chiriba o chira get 3 years Emma you try to cut 3 months
wo me se obuwa Ofake obuwa she se unim se newly recruited teachers ya ba we ya form 1 year ni ntwi kada
okay it is also since wa hu no horo no
obuwa obi enu etua wa kocha de 3 years ya you try to cut form obuwa ya da wase bye bye me ma me twa ntro ofra akade wo beka your friend said educate akwaja UPS a waka ne die eno Steven Tim aka ne die na me ma me gina na me kan kire Ghana for say do ma time enko teacher for kira de 3 years ye tuo mo ka 3 months ka tro mo say wo beji age wonye obuwa Ofake obuwa politics akata yani Ghana nije yɛne wɔn mu ni ene competition bia Togo kurana ene meka se Togo inflation less than 6% no yɛkɔ nim development infrastructure bibia si Togo. But let's face the reality. Said the city and yanka ni yanko nim of a case ke hono na wo no empa boanom chelewati enku nim niema bebromo tono asa elai ni nyina efi Togo ha almost 90% ni nyina efi Togo enti of a ke eniema na wo hunu senkrofo kwa ba na nkrofo titi ahye dwa no saa niema no enka fa temahabo eni eyi yanka Ghana nyeska efa atakwade habo ne eyi yanka Ghana nyeska Ghana say crisis intino ye boost to country be economy ye neighboring countries ye boost to economy ene obi ayo dwadi no de ne kire Togo drinks nyina no omo fa fi Togo na afi kwade new taxes aba no afi no omo betwie fam de fi Nigeria eni Togo kura aba empaboa dudu na agency dudu na seke hono mu ne akra no apart from force mi wema mi bi kantamanto ma mi bi otonpaboa ena mi ka se na woni me wose mi yimi niema wo Ghana no akose atwa kapo mi yimi niema wo Togo enti ya mo me yenka no kre wo ya MPP ni afa de Ghana ayen eyo afa obi so ya NDC ni a but mi mbie phone lines ntum na me dintro abusuafo yengu ya no nsuo yentwi ya ho ne yemra ye ba ye beto aso
CD capsules. My body say. What body and prince? CD ointment. And also what brand CD and prince? Mo se wo pe immune booster pa. Se do nipa kwa no be wa adwuma said yes sir. Simple. Kope CD capsules. Enyaruwa mo bo rough. Ye nim so anante ana wa adwuma kakra bi no abra ye so week bia. Enya me how pa no no. Enya what CD capsules nkan. Wo ya so mde kope bia. Wo house atwa. Ena CD ointment. Eya do tatashe ada obenya ho no. Ko CD herbal center ya wo ye CD ointment ni CD capsules no e wo la shibi Sharom Sport ya e Ben 19 Junction na ko tie se general body pains nya no ko todwe eye no ya na e ko na poso honam ya CD ointment enti few days shim e ko ya wonum di CD capsules shim e ko wonum CD capsules no na wo di CD ointment so e massage na menya ni nyina bi wo he pharmacies chemical and herbal shops dudwa for 050 5767 425 and 0209 682836 apem for abata wo mo manufo ne kwada wo ne fiedum yenu nka ho FDA ahwehwe sa edwadie nkra to mu agye atom sey
Mira, na de na ofre adwuma ba ya se waye bosanse. E de asemwa.
Binihwe mafo kwa na ekwo wo mo animu. Bosia kra mi pedia me de abobra so a. Menya bi.
Ene yesre. Eclipse Collateral Management for Abamaye. Waye prime brokerage service. Na no se de etienie. So we japade na wo ho nkrata. Wutumi de nkrata ne becha Eclipse Collateral Management. Na so bi so we japade ebia na ne nkrata no animu ano. Na ope bosia. Ye de wo nkrata ne yensi echi ba manipa no ejibosia etua ehon faso ma wo ankrata ne ye wo de ani di free
nese woni akra ntue
emane ha okra esanse wono so wo ajapade a wo de ba yenti no eno na bank de beton gwabra won kwo wo de ne ho kra
na chesa me nkrata da dem no ebetumi ama manya sika wabra me japade no ehon nka
sapepepe wo be hu Eclipse Collateral Management e wa Denta Pantai Junction Adenta new site wa 0543832466 Eclipse Collateral Management. Think safety and decent income.
Hey. When we send your police in your draw, impossible mesa abama huaden.
Refuse to grow. Any offense will be count.
And what day immune system or yankopon, and you're ready for Gadmusa Moya Hubano, and Nasa Wunum impossible mesa, a peja immune system nabria. Ya rientimu. So say, dear, I'm for the draw one, a de impossible mesa, do the one dance yes, and Yarwa who run Nipa and Yina etimi banaso, and in Yarwa Cassian Kaya Wutini D and a home car. No, was shooing in no, a way of buying every home. And now one pa, one dada, no monum doctor in Rono, and num imbusaba mesanoa, and one who are deep in tea. Ya woman timpose, Yaria Esomo, imbusaba mesa, and walk Kashi, and you may move bia your toe in row, and to form friend 0246 208496. FDA, I should say, Jody and Crack to say, yeah.
Oh, say employee of the year. Charlie, what a remote. Me refusal last year, yeah, I'm into me target. Charlie. Now see, I'm a pomodimon some cry a perform. Correct. And now Casam so Afromax Central. Now what's our share? Afromax Plus, some game. Can you know I'm a word in from the Chum? Say, me 90 minutes plus extra time. Oh, say Afromax. Hello.
Darling. No, my fear.
Me see moi no me.
My feel, Papa.
Afromax say changing game no. Daddy be fair o adwuma nyina Oh say Afromax. For Afromax Plus, change game no. A dietary supplement. SCSC member, Steps Pharmacy, and the Afromax Plus. Abejas, a drawing them member. When you fear do watch it. First Steps was 0550-709-790. Afromax Plus, the game changer. Every idea in Kratoyatum.
Abusafo woda so demo Accra 100.5 FM so benya se benya for fa benya FM enso efa ene awie ya yesom citizen show so metramo edi amana na Kwabena Bobie Ansah ene ne bra pani si opinate and Kofi Buache be ma be ye bi no ameye ni nyina ne en wode ne small Ghana Police Service nyina ebe awie na efe wohwe empanimfo pa na wo mo koya na efe kura kwa mekokuma na Ansah na no Facebook page ma menchi agro ofa kenie wa hai Phyllis Brew Smith enso ajoni na wiai enyam dollar fia wo na Emmanuel Tewia Jibody Prince enso ajoni na wiai me fa election wion Ansah na ma Facebook no so awusu 14 yasimi nkokuma NDC Parliamentary vetting 4 days since yesterday ene wamo ede abawie ye ntimi nkodi nkomo na mini senior happy birthday to you.
Thank you, ma.
And your birthday enti uri ana metwa onwumo wate eno ne kwachi nyina mudi mu birthday enti vetting ne se ne kowie ye
you want your head in your
Mate. Vetting no wama wie ana omuguso.
You nana saba make say the vetting na no akowie e wasante mante mu hanmo na vetting na akoso e wasante mante mu hinku kumase mu NDC omo regional office na obehwe vetting committee a omo ebehwe ma bi etimi koso no ana yese empenifo ahodo a omo eda part na no wasante mante mu ha anafi founding members nimpe fawdo no ana hweye ma bi etimi ekoso na bi akọwe no ana mpemfo ni yen edi nkomo omo kyerese day one na omo ehya se edadwada no candidate omo eveti wo no eye 25 day 2 no omo eveti 35 day 3 no omo eveti 25 wa oka candidate omo eveti omo nyina ebo omo a omo free 36 constituencies e wa santemantim hanmo no na abakoye 85 candidates and more eveti omo nyina ewie na main kasan question no mame ene regional secretary edema party no era Dr. Frank amwa question e wo ha ni nkomo no mfa yaka no ento asome Dr. emwa kwa de ba pra FM medati pa me josusu me chaka aka FM tifo ina ene na betin na kowie sena na no masitie sanity ejebo eja anya ba betru ene yetimi every betin of all the aspirants. So the near Bruce in the 2 money. There are 85 candidates. I will be 40. Now, a move in Siasono, echo no post into a mono. The general section 12.5 of your constitution, your guideline, so I declare on the post and are elected. And see some Abuaji Obasi or no, you are declared elected. Joseph Azuma or Akufu, one is declared elected. Samuel Prempe on the so of the choir, you declare elected. Kasia Mankwa on the Kumawu, you declare also elected. Shamuddin Mohammed Kamel was tapped on the Anna Hamza Swala, Elmeshano, on the declare elected. All other 79 candidates, you know, the Omoko Apelapelie, or various constituency. Constituency, our highest number of contestants, a justice on 5. And the minimum, it will 4, it will 3, but the chance that
a year constituencies aka a year 30 constituencies no there. Unan will be a core election abanebatuno on 13th May. Now, the candidates here better or money. They will say they will represent the party well in the 2024 elections because the very candidates are everybody by 2024 no more year the same thing MPP you are born year kind and not the yes and Ghana from 34 and the candidate be a neighbor in the Bills constituency one a candidate a war banner about Abua Timamufo Abua Ghana Ata Abua party no and until you have 3 days now be a judge warrior a beneficial say be every candidates no it's not overview of and let media question. Baby, I'm not going to be a Asawase and I pay a glass which you must say. Yes, Asawase in the passage now. And just what depends on it now. A MP or two that the Muntaka Mubarak and Josaka, whom you are a second candidate near Masaudu Mubarak and to Omumia Masaudu near Muntaka. Ana ejina ewo eye asonwase eye ejina to ma silver 5 and ejina wo sitting MP Mohammed Bawa Brahma ka ho bi second constituency chairman resign contested and your friend of combat Suk Paul also contested assembly member ko also contested Mohammed Sisu Tamimi also contested and one business woman Juliana Kenan Wasan and one pharmacist so contested on your friend our Assad. These are the 5 candidates contested or a gratitude mass. Yes, baby, it is Obuasi West, Asante Ashimno, and other 3 constituents go on more the petition by. And the and the petition no, yet the Enema Emra 3 in a year during the vetting. I'm ready to carry 1992 constitutional. I can't offer Nipa. I will just money. Then I qualify them why Mashibu Janis. It also means end this constitution. At the end of the month, and I couldn't end this team. I also a 9 and son of a Javan CI the Juma. I guideline, party guideline, and don't drop petition back. Let's say, and to Emarabia in these 3 guidelines. Obviously, you should disqualify will be a year. And to all 5 petitions are buying. Then to Marabia in these 3 documents are Bambobosi. The ACA, they are the for 2 never 2. The NMA process and a procedure, and those are, and no did not should disqualify will be a year. And you know, but as a vetting committee, of course, they have right of hearing. Emma petitioners, not the donor by every ball. And I see as far as a mobile or more annual. It's here a way, a 5-member committee, it's now veteran of you say. They disqualify or more any year because and to Mabia in any of these 3 documents and our guiding documents are the veteran. There was the word they are to just say any part of the mobile vetting say, Obi a disqualify will be a woman. The disqualify will be in this vetting process. Will be our vetting. After the Zebia and they say Ubia Tafata among Colum good na parts and if you actually Kumewu MP of one mono and become Yukono, what's an animal in Seattle, Ama Speaker of Parliament, Editor Honomo, season say vacant in the HBN EC, a barbeque na Matu about candidates no one mono and then Mavetino, my declaring say or unopposed. Party shapen with the say more weighty ahead of the by-election ever so and the Edika, my mamma, you were Basua, MP, I wasn't ready to call Kumawu, the man of Bushina Funina Yaku, a man of 4, a Kabon Kuma, a can for a cannon, Sanaka 2, into the India, say there were MP and Nancy Davy, and he has a process better, and Sana we ever boy. Fortunately for us, Kumawu, the parliamentary candidate, no call no post, I know, but now. The guideline the constitution Sukumi declare duly elected. Intiano or Konaka Koshene Dumatia also as parliamentary candidate for Kumawu Asi. On none of the Najumano Abaya double, Intia Abaya double, say, Ubia Kwakabia prepare for 2024. Meanwhile, Kumawu parliamentary candidate there. Or prepare for by-election. Was that prepare for 2024? But to them, Kayano, Yura Amankwa, or you will be or your babu, or you will be a businessman, or you will be very connected. I was to my munia of free Kumabu. A honey, a woman, or one of one here. The Juma did one now would be at Timamunino, would give Kumabu, and to them Kumabu for a house. And to Kumabu for a module. I don't make our baby say, Oswansu, no one's once I won't be a mood. And then Kumawu, Anya, Akonya say, Yama, MPDR 4 years, first 2 years, and a Kakrana, MPD Future. And then you know, Yama more Akonya, Ombetian song for just some few, a year and some months. Normally, I say, and I'm there so, and this year so, Yahweh. May our Shimu say, said the Kumawu and Puntu Samono on my catch, no. And then you know, Obia or Kumawu this year be out of Biano. We make use of a Manama NDC, the candidates are the fellow, the Sip Amankwa, now our BT party name, our BT Kunanim, Asher Kumo, Amat Shota and Putu, ever so common. Jay prepared, I club the Kumaruno. The name before the work of Shishum, and then carry. I'm making sure there's a better Bobie.
Mamma Winchato, in say, Asante region, 47 constituencies, no, 36 and won't be 2 woman for the fact and I say, Matthew.
I was here to demo Accra 100.5 FM so citizen show na wi na na majako mitimo edema na Kwabena Bobie Ansah na minko Facebook no so na menchia abusuafo ya o majoni ene awie Eric Champion Otuo o say the visionary JDM never took pastors to Akosombo to pray for doom so to stop like your Jack na say J Kufuor did but solved it. Belinda Julie Belinda of say Delegate, please vote wisely to do take money. Or see, please vote wisely. Do take money. Hey, sir, we need people that. Omonkwaji scam and Emmanuel Gebet, Shani, and so Osena Nama. You've made Saturday Bonds proud. Really? Okay. And yeah, Medawa said Musa Bawa and so a Johnny and a El freaking tampo. King Farouk was the MPP a good almost chairman no abon Yawa press conference approved. And after so Johnny Fojo. Oh yeah, me papa ba kupe oh Germany Hamburg City and our war. Greetings to you Nanama Ejakon. Eric Champion Otuo also of a case saying okay of a case and what they buy and Acha Afo Idris on also a Johnny and area saying Nanama please people like of a K or whatever his name is are just garage oh please Jennifer Wache and so a Johnny Israel Bruce so Nina fa of a K ho na afe so Fati Osman so a Johnny and area Edem day was see GM can call him or see GM can call him back and give him 4 years contract. It's possible. And no hwanya kwakudua and so was we okay no ne DCOP COP ko fi wache okay as I said there are not atwa to into or retirement cry say the ultimate cry for any man 2 years extension ultimate or cry to me friend banya sa na mranity kwakudua so edibia ba was we will call back COP Kofi watch from retirement enti ono so edi awode abano no my den Steven ono so edi bi abahana tete or say Ghanaian parents please give birth to children you can look after to prevent them from eating these kinds of things we call food ayare hosem and Janet Opoku oni de say or respondi Evans Jade was see Papa John Kufuor time we benefit from a lot of things from school till Mahama time but okay and also Innocent Ajo Nanama thank God for your life yeah that say Kwaku Bossa and so Ajoni and Newie and a Stone Master P and also Ajoni on Facebook no eso and Newie min komenim na wo mo maka na menchi aka krabina yemra fie ni yemra medim komo Ras Rampa. We do no. Okay. Ni latte or no, so it seems most of the NDC MPs are either useless. Okay. Omoda was why me wouldn't tell. I was for anti yakwenim na Arnold Hansen Nanama, good work done, keep it up. Omunyina etayechi ene ewie ye be fie ne ya baba bedin komo ebre aso na Ansah na no Kwame mesramo Dr. Peter appear in video no momo emaye because of enekodeo press conference no na yen start ye discussion no emfri ho asem hia se Electoral Commission eye independent body organization eye state institution. Although Ghana Mrano Emma president to me, so one appointing Kwabena Fanko. The last time Nachas Makati Eka say Adia ebe disqualify sa new commissioners ne say won't me be a member of parliament dear, so won't me qualify to become a member of parliament dear. And ye int me appoint as a board member or commissioner or electoral commission ho. It is some qualify some bit me be member of parliament dear. And a be an Messi president kwan. Now wakaya manisi ye say NDC John Dramani Mahama ensunya sadi same fine opportunity. E dia na wo mo ye. But ene be bi onu ma o uti ase a enye yie. There was state institutions ahudo MMDC is the government were appointing a party boys no or presidential staffers here nyina article 71 office holders say party for no pay no gain for one more penny no mu gain but Electoral Commission it me kwakwa independent body organization institution na say edum pempenso bi say na say president appointing crofo stanch MPP members say
nukure woman say MPP as a political party an MPP government. Yes, say. Nukure woman say MPP as a political party, an MPP government. Yes, say. Someone say the live in the bar, and about more we need 2024 elections, sir. Yeah, mama, that opportunity. You know, this volunteer I said you are going to change in a chance, sir. Sir, the copy Supreme Court. More, now say abano easy a mama. Anamudi yisi ni MPP ako anamudi yisi ako court na MPP nso ye one of the respondent yisi mo kan ma asem wie na MPP say ye kwa yini kasa judge na oti adwamu ti fa NDC fo nanu asem no mo kan fo mo de na fa bu asem na ma ye di fo abuefo anu NDC fo mu ye kum na benya so no bi enya asem na makopia panyenim wodi makọ ụkọ ya ụka waka na semisi na nam de me ni hwe ka fa wono ne nsem no waka na bu amefo fa bu asem sim di for the country sebi obi be ka se ma jam na me nkọ wo sword this way yes see you live no mo de mo support you and I say mo ni mo because see yen this MPP nyina no as two major political parties ye call elections ye hwe obi a week obi a pen yonko weak point if you know say the speaker of parliament akọ kan wo forum bi ase say 11 year pass MPP will lose the next election as what is asem ne pen jaye I don't sumo person be jaye na kwati kono jina kwanti asem be ni yes mo de mo nye se mo no mo see 11 year the banner Ghana for support wa mo nya ne ehwe and Ghana for support do me ade be me hu se na Ghana for support say policy no enya election ya ye ko to banner say Ghana for and you know Ghanaians we react Ghana for when it comes to election, proactive for no. This time they and as a political party, any policy, any vision. Hey, when it comes to policies, Ghana the history is there for everybody to see. Yeah, the major policies about Ghana how be a benefit me. Me found quite free SHS, it was a vision and a policy. Ghanaians are enjoying health insurance, it was a vision and a policy. For our transportation system or the buy. And when you talk about policy, that one let us not go there. If you want us to debate about policies, NDC as a party, any MPP as a party, we can debate it because since 1992 up to this time, one Ghana farmer now akonya more so near so and that's or mine my majority, but you can't even point out single policy. You can't. Mo policy am de buy at the end of the popular am wamo and it's a nursing teacher training allowance mutuemu. Now they will so if they will classify it as a policy, I don't know. But what I say, sa policy no can be na 20. You see, when 2016 year kotwa ba mutua teacher nursing training allowance ni no. And we Ghana former mu sa de no man na muawo. Buana msata yeah last me no mu chase car table suma students. Ye kotwa ba no Ghana for chirom se sa de na amwa. Enu bi na yenso yesi mu de munya ye living no. So mo na je se no kranka mo nye campaign o meboa. Se mo ma hu se
a voice we say ama wate ama wo hu se enipa na ya appoint you to electoral commission no. Why a staunch MPP member and then a communicator edema MPP. And an electoral commission when we etimika say a independent institution beam. One would do one yetimika and that Ghana electoral commission yetimika bibi say it's Charles McCarthy who can say Mahama ni NDC in your opportunity nibi. I don't know what you almost want franco because not John Dramani Mahama ni mu say electoral commission independent body won't mean appointed will be a kekena de nakoho. And I think as Amenka and yes, I was saying Kokoye and can judge Muktari Baba no Sefata. Sanko Beconum. Betty Modi Drew Sanko Becono. But on my year, 66 years were independence mu. After 1992, you see the constitution a year Jumano. As a Afeni, ye free soldier memuomu, ye free Benjamin Bremu. Under President Akufo-Addo as afena ye free Benjamin Bremu ba chese odi ho awonte ase as afena ye free Benjamin Brepemu wo appoint wo bia obi anim no so ye MPP communicator and then Hajia Salima Tijani Ahmed Tijani Ebonidin yesi na nikunu ye former ambassador to Saudi Arabia. Ni kukura ya sukura no na yesi wasa sukura ye vice chairman de ma national vice chairman de ma MPP se ya no buso ye kase ni nua ye Maslock CEO se ye kase no sa maami so no esanso maame ye vice national vice chairman de ma MPP kode ofose omo resign se president Akufo-Addo eno de hwe mfa no ho a ebia the Ghana for case NDC for na eka mo beka se NDC for duebo. What about Kodeo? Me ba na me panel members Eddie Nkomo Godfred Bokpin Al-Hassan. Godfred Bokpin Al-Hassan. See me didn't correct right? Okay. Why parliamentary candidates hopeful for Bosome Freho constituency. Hey, unfimu de yankasa. Bosome Freho constituency Ashanti region. Ha, ono so pese da achi bia no election 2024 no. Wojina mu edema NDC. Enti ena afensu Joseph Awuku. Di andro friend no Joe Ashaman. Ono so ye deputy communications officer de ma NDC Ashaman constituency. Ewie wamo ena adjourn me a enu wamo eba bedin kuma ye kwa Easter na Ansah na no. Special happy birthday. Kame ye miwe ye financial. Yesu we fi na akofa yenchi. Enkoma my one and only boyfriend. But when me gossip partner no kwa na enya me dem. Just offer some ne bakra as one day. No ayi nani. Ernest Kwame Kwachi. Executive producer the Mass Citizen Show. Ernest Kwame Kwachi. And then na ordinary birthday. Into Citizen Show. Ye ni host. Nana Kwabena Bobie Ansah. Any team ni nyina Ernest Kwame Kwachi. Happy birthday. Enko enfamao. Yankopon emu ahoden. Yes sika wom. Ahoden sika ni mu de ni wonyini a. Sika ni mu de empe. Eti bogas na ma join ye no. Say ye dollar, say ye euro, say ye pound sterling, money flow ne. Esan say ne. I was saying come na me de kwa me pie me birthday o de me pie. But e no na be sa de me pie. a piece. I was from Mama Kwaba. Masa wow. I am a human in Ticasadia. I didn't make Casania Tiamica. A Ticasadia, a Juma Jamia di Tiamicanon. My mini camera was a Godfred constituency to say him.
Yamiadum. Maybe I fine.
I must also share or your former manager at the Mapatapa. Or your former manager the Patapa. And the former manager on them 80 Patapa be unity na one corner. They are no managing no one back pain. We do so that there. Okay, we just
Menchia etifo ne ahwefo yina so. Enchia kese enso nkoma bosome frɛ ho constituency or the constituency wo yina mechia o mahimfo ewo ho mechia o me da o ase in fact amefa akwenya we so enda o ase say all this wo nya abotre even though taboda bosome frɛ ho so ayemfa form ye so bi afrɛ na ne kasa na akoma no abafem na yenim say ye party no believe in the rule of law and am penny for ye nyome bia de be ya akwenya ne beda ho
na ede na ekoso obosume ede na ekoso enti wono de nomination forms ne you open ya mbiom ti vetting what is a monka ho
yes vetting ya nka ho de ne say na ye nyina ye hwe ni mu say nka akwenya ne beda ho na yetumi afa form san say submit a letter of intent ni bibia but embre no eson ye no na list of constituencies are the two hold na bosome frɛ ho eka ho enti ye inquiries kakra na inquiries ye no e kire say omo take some strategic steps na omo dey make sure say those constituencies are run on a smooth level as well enti ye nyina ye nya gidie sa ewo mpanifo num ene ye hwe ni mu say omo bi atum na ye nyina yetumi afa form na yetumi akọ file na yenso ye vetting na akoso nti currently vetting ayekoso I see nene de bosome frɛ ho enka ho se obeka ya 11 constituencies na wa Ashanti region na yentumi amfa form na bosome frɛ ho enka
okay
nti so aye hwe mpanifo ni
no mo fa date mai
mo fa date mai na mo ye so tu wana mo ye wogidie wo mu in fact you agree with me say NDC is one of the parties in fact party ayemfa mra ndiagro more importantly with the current chairman General Edwin Ketiade on family Ndiagro. He is one of the people I can vouch for say ban say prepare yourself yemfa prepare your Ndiagro on fam okura say oyeni busueni or the mrane yejuma and so we are having that trust and confidence in them say emrepemu no party ni be biato esan say in fact constituents no akoma was so kakra esan say enye yen pepe ne yepese ye de kɔ na mum emre aso se bosome frɛ ho so fa ne ntoma pa efra nti wokɔ ho a mebu no ɛwɔ enye easy we've not started campaign but every now and then people are having activities almost ye dey mobilize for election 2024 to capture victory power from the MPP wokɔ ho ne a I can tell you say MPP will not be able to pinpoint one particular thing since mobile power. And I'm not just talking about 2020 till now. MPP life on the buy every development or constituency was done by the NDC. And they can attest to it. And this time, everybody is saying that enough is enough. MP no Abaho recently, after our taste said the activities are going on, the youth are getting involved, About last week, about tournament, crowd, nobody came. We did not park and also now your announcement from an apartment to Enyimre, nobody showed up. I'm telling you, nobody showed up. Tournament no be ambo. But me bought tournament was just one zone. You know, because my friend has 4 zones. Inti me say me born zone by zone. Me choose one zone, which was the Nsuta zone. And your bought tournament this man you 20 communities. And we participate here. And we played the tournament for within a week. 1 week. And about tournament no kronu na yes guys no any abre pennyfo e wo ho because of the kind of things yamba ba mu kra no they know what we do for them and so this time no omani abre they are saying no to because I say ho no ye dey my business and when people nim say once they win the primaries the seat is for them nti omo dey business 4 years bia na ni pafo fraba utumi nya to delegate na that's all MP this time Bosome Fremo is ready to teach them a lesson. And so oko baby a certain MP now call wa ukuru near the pure water epamoa. It sends a signal to you, and that is what is happening there.
Joseph, Ashaman to say, so what dear, almost pay forms into my converting.
Ashama dear, Ansah.
Oh, okay.
Nice gentleman. Ansah. Baku, your friend, dear. Your MP Nankasa, increment, your friend, NS Nobe.
Yeah, Nobe, yeah.
And second, is here, former chairman, your friend Tony Apeno. And third one here, we Brown.
Second chairman, so contest TV.
Former chairman.
Oh, okay. Also contest TV. Oh, okay.
And Sana, the third person here, your former secretary, constituency secretary, a friend who we Brown, also contested the day. Until your momunina a pre.
But contest was shaman in more day.
Oh, one was a shaman as I know. Yan Shadan, yes, Basabasa. What you say? And yan a bassa, ye may come. Contest, and no, I'm a
internal party way.
You call a grammar problem, be it that. You cannot swim. Anytime I ever could be a corner swim, you'll be fano.
No affair.
No affair. The one ya no munya Eddie, the offer in a china, Yetima Yejuma. This time around, to me who put a BBA fine because problem be any BBA will be any campaign pepe. Until your bomunya chidom, then Yankupon abo one for Fina. The obey winnie be an Yetima and Aswano the Atre, Ashama for now. Yetima win this time around, the India grow because Ashama for MPP for buy no boy back cry. Omo buy cram do must have a stenia macra. Could you believe say Ashama township near the a quanning in my contract? You buy the best of Bobie at a name no kasa. Project Baku cry you are cost Ashama. Baku cry. Would you say a whole lolly station since you ta? Cat insult me rakamu can ba. I did a insona to ate Ansah can bet my ejuma marketer ye to Giannia ye did womb. Just sometimes who cats a crana, I don't know. Try insota market no be no more sugar. So we try for 3 hours. Then so now get a funny coin. Ansah market women as sugar. 2. That is a war ye mo. That is near choky. It is and why I took it and to show ta. And showing your baby amfa. The essence and a jump a jumo. Na bibia jinaosa basa. It's a shama dear. Development dear me baku crampo ni wa ekoso madam. Baku say once me once say crampo ni wa ekoso.
Baby
so mwa it is a me wa baby na me tije say hand over the amaya government buma na me sre because Ghana for na get feel ya me kan what ma say omo get ehu omo get akọ sabi obi e bi o share taboo space e no be ka say bi ohun bibi a aban we ye na bibi a nkoto hwi ni ho ashama na mashama market bibi e ho nyina abon kan nothing is working in ashama nothing yeduma ama MPP for na get omo ashama na get cry they are complaining omo get complaining say no this is not ashama when you MPP are omo ashama madam so I'm asking say so if time do ombenya how that's it na ba ashama so mba be campaign e dey man MPP ana because they have nothing to show up say ye buy no when ye and I say when ye into Musa Mbwana you see they have nothing to show. So anytime I make up baby me catch ashama you say omu sole ni nya enji ashama insio because ashama no crew e ho na yete u beji di say u ko baby kra na say u ko pay juma kra na u board say u free ashama ni ama o date u be ko aba ni obi ahye o ni ashama o date people say sorry say bibi ba ye be free because of the way acronity no what I say because bibi an cause nipa no muti kro na gaza so o ma ba bonko yi say u kotema make market say 90% a omo ye adwuma otamanya afi ahyama itu de ni ehu that is ayetua ubeka mama owo so you know ye ekwan from Tima market to Nungwa e ma first school besi enne obi aba ama ono abe market kwan no ejeji 33 cedi itu up to now menu kacha ye nya kwan menu kacha kra even ye ashma e hono mu kra no e time one day I will take you round na bra be he the way ashama te so I'm telling the youth say obi an sorry me voice it out enfante empenyi for say hwe ye nya ashama fufuru bia because kronum ne yete ye ni ma yangata say so a ebebo etri so ye nya sorry me enkanche ye president Akufo-Addo say me MC no say sika no mumfa ma no ya omuma ni sika no fancy kronum ai that is no mojijin so say that is no omo ano mu de ye de ehia omo de a omo sorry no mun ka bibi nche na shama for ye be solid papa ye entrance masa anya ma win course because ye won banzu to okro nu mu ani ti de course wa shama de madam time
me da se enti memra Godfred na memra wo ya bo doctor apia hene you know me say we issue aba ye nyina ya bobo so bi ene kodewofo edi wo mo anu atum say omo resign omo position because electoral commission yentimi nye ho no say ye NPP party ni headquarters announce ede na wo ka fa ho
medasi obapa I mention youth commander Yawasari youth commander of Bosome Freo ntia kese en compound na Dr. Pia issue we mini aba eye asfm kakra esan say akwete say house ne kotoko e ba bobo na ye bobo no Accra Sports Stadium ne akoyi house of folk supporters who made the referee. You can imagine the outcome of the game and the outcome of reaction e be free supporters aka e kotoko any house in our supporters wo e dey ide e dey aba e bi na esi clearly that is what is happening. Obia obviously bibia chere investigations ne ade aye omaye nyina chere say oye MPP activist. Per some of the investigations were he was supposed to be nominated for the Brong-Ahafo regional minister for some years past. Now and there ye nipa ne say an independent body e was say a regulatory elections e wo man ni mu no say nipa ni ye ne say onko hwe so onko company for no na nhwe so na onim me te nomination in the first place no ade ba ko pe ne ba me team say this government has an agenda and the agenda is simple. So I realize here from the time where omo choose Jane Mensah as the commissioner of the Electoral Commission. Ma many year now doing so be TUBR. So taking a decision whether it is good or bad, that is it. Clearly you could see from 2020 elections you see here the irregularities are a bare money there, some of which she herself even realized that she got so confused that she didn't know what to do. But ni name no ojina ye ko nanim because onya government na ma dey den e support you and ye the MPP activists baako e ba be canon. What are we expecting in our next elections? I had to say ya adwin say NDC aba power because 2024 definitely I know NDC is coming to power. NDC aba power na say the person yes electoral commissioner.
The best is answer.
Na yakwakofa ye party chairman bi what different region bi and organize bi or baby say we there you trusting is or no and onko electoral commission board no so no onko head. Would the MPP be okay with that? These are questions we should be asking us. And see, in Nyoma say about it goes beyond politics so Nyoma the nation as a whole no I was say to me etna se near share near making sure say pepper your bed e be ye juma esan say Ghana election by NPP ni NDC it affects the entire nation. As I say, there is that school of thought to say every human being is a political animal. Obi our party or affiliated to. Obi on money dear and ready. Now the yemi who can say woman say meaning say very difficult despite the calls that are coming in. Say papa ne resign no. Nim say very difficult. Say abano.
Oni Sahaja Salima.
Thank you.
Tijani no.
Nim say very difficult. Say abano ebe take a decision. They say okay, listening to Ghanaians no. You person you take drastic measure. Be okay, so step down. ne mpu bi fufuro nkoye den akwahyɛ omi se be den de nti e be den ne se wohwɛ aban we se de oye ne nyoma President Akufo-Addo ne se de oye ne nyoma they don't listen to advice omuntie Ghana for from day one till now. So even the economy as a whole, the genesis of it up to this time from 2017, and the year called IMF, we had economists within this country, we had professors within this country. Way back last 2 years, no more one abide we say the path a year corner. Someone should year. My own brother said something. Professor Bokmin, no say I'm showing here the ambulance and the Vigilance call IMF. Okay, they didn't listen. Today we are begging the IMF. He's not the only person. A lot of people have advised the same thing. NAC and the finance minister, Kanu Furiata. They got to a point we said, look, so Rani Adia Drew baby, now say Enkoya, you need to do a reshuffle. I was saying, what's the same? What's the side? We are not saying say Nipan totally incompetent. But sometimes you take certain decisions to boost investor confidence so that omo invest in our economy no mu no say nya GDA bi say okay I say nipa no wo ho no enoma nhye da enkoyi wo ni mu amanfo nhye da engine bi enti no yenko back ne yemfa nipa foforo omo ba na omo invest no so be feel say okay so let's give this person a try and see what is going to happen. But Kendo Furata is still at post. The government doesn't seem to care about anything. Say Oko Ashanti region, because 2 days ago about school feeding, caterers, we saw what happened with the regional minister. And he's not the only person who I'm telling you, and me can I'm a candy about my constituency. Me I'm in Persuaso. As I say, I feel the pain they go through every day. Nobody wants to listen. That is when an MP will come and tell you, say, yeah, the nipesi on here, the abuesi or krometwama abuan because abuan represents MPP, and so we can do whatever we want. Inti MP buy a person near Bisani say, oh, but no share your boss say any say. Inti then why farmer no catch on say, Munkonko beside DC, and me DC.
Me call Electoral commissioners no. Per law no. Me say me understanding they say before president make this appointment no. He does it in consultation with the Council of State members. Ansah Sankofe wa appointee womo.
My sister, how many decisions and are buying where you take care of my Council of State consultations?
No, I know the president kwa consultation. So me country. But per emerano, the president ya appointee commissioner ne sa ne nkrofo na to Electoral Commission one was seeking advice or consulting Council of State members. So does it mean say because Jemen said the aquacoda and then Dr. Asari Bosman so the aquacoda. Yenim the Dr. Asari Bosman NPP ewo position eduma no woye eduma MPP. Ya appointing no Ghana for kind NDC for kan kwankosiaga. But this is the case here. Yenya will be to say Dr. Peter appear hene. Yeah. Just say oye communicator from one radio station to the other. Yes. What kasa about government policies on one party policies our diaba. What defend the abano. What justify abano maybe a woye. And there was some so cry a penny Emma womu test con. Yes. Oh, and money at the day. Ya Mokakwasananka president consider no as a buna for regional minister. Yes. Then Osha Kodeo investigation the Omudia Basa Hajia Salima Ahmed Tijani Nsua. Yes. Ni kunu ni maame na busuamu they say
MPP for.
It is okay when you na bomu na president no advice bay and a council of state members gaben hene nana advice bay and omude mano.
Obaba.
Because you bo when you na gu say yen ye wo power. Yena yemra so. Yes. And so what? Yes. Why MPP ni communicator. Yes. But no sano me choose a direct question with the amamu. Mu NDC for no sanema we no embom hu we niema because a president so a BSc. Yes. We niema see 2020 and then say you feel Electoral Commission with the MPP communicators for election 2025.
And intina America say aban we nya aban ya omo take any major decision with any consultation. No major policy. You remember what happened with E-Levy? omo take decision ebe pass wie Ansah na omo decide so omo ba be here consultation. This is what has been happening. What you say? But the NDC, this time we are more than determined.
I know they are more kind of
you time around you see. Oh dear, first time baby in Sionka. We are not giving the MPP the chance again because it is not about NDC alone. It is about Ghana as a whole. It is about Ghana as a whole. Omo ankasa enkrofo krampo eba bontin. Kase there are certain decisions of the government that is not favorable. That is not good. That is not helping the Ghanaians. It is not just about say NDC Babetnasi ayehwehanyo. It will never happen. I'm telling you. But the first time baby in Sionka. This time round, a former president John Dramani Mahama was seeking a second term. Eka Assembly during the turn. Also this time round, the elections are won at the polling station. We are not just going to choose anybody at all to stand at the polling stations to say elections. No, that is not going to happen. We are going to let them understand, say, this time round, Ghanaians are all rallying behind the NDC. Say, it is only the NDC, and they bet me either I rescue Ghana from the current state at your womb. And so be a no better than say, and you see, say, ba, and NDC people, a dream mirror was a Ghana for you now, your tea, dear Biasi say. So, mine, and there are ye bray, saying in an ebre, a NDC from Kwan ebre. Obian ebre, your NPP for crowd, monso crab dressing. That's the truth. Because any nipani na say the loot and share no more no so. You want so bre. At the end of the day no obre na ekoswa. Who Ghana ni no so who will be. Into this time sorry. Neaka say no. We will not give them the chance again. You be making sure say pepper yo ebe den ebe ye juma. We are not looking at say obi me favor yen. NDC has never been a party like this. Charlotte say and I know also Oya Electoral Commissioner Ansah President Nana Addo Akufo-Addo Oba be president Obi ne koye Obi ye bibi tiano. The elections were free and fair and he saw it. I didn't think General Sampe say the same thing. I didn't think Nana Addo say the same commission no as independent as he came to meet it. Now mo pese o manipulating now the own crowd for ekoshe. Are you trying to say you need independent-minded people in the country? Is that what we are saying? Look at what is happening with the Auditor General's Department, the Office of the Special Prosecutor. Any time where Obi Bekosa office no, our best story Obi Kebi be tia abayno. I was say you pe kwan bi so near Jojo Nipana. He does say Nipana be resign, and I say be unifrio. Ye nyina na say what you want wadane dead elephant.
Special prosecutor will see yentua ne kaprada.
But you see, the first time an special prosecutor never know. When you listen to the comments or passing these are supposed to be independent institutions. And komo kasa, it was say a family ni na eden ebu omo. Oba allegations so make here, comments so make here, and Magana fu ina nya jide wonmu. But there were those people who came and said, look, this is Ghana politics. You need to be careful because who could do what? It is not as you are seeing it. Because you have a president who is a corruption clearing agent. Yeah. Why your investigation every krana no krana dead, you know? Obefa kwan bi so ayeden. Akleo. Enti what is the news? And then now where you found. That is it. Are you getting the point? Now they see here there. Our parliament recently need and there. Yeah, can't want them. Because it's not part of our agenda. But what we are saying is that Ghanaians are ready this time to make sure say we rescue Ghana. We do the right thing. Ghana gets back on track.
You do call Electoral Commission because Munim say Matthias say elections ni you winning no polling station.
My sister, apart from say you winning elections no polling station, we are not going to let this case rest. Just as you have seen, we are getting people. This is the Kodio Naba Bonte or in the press conference. Because they have done their investigations and it is evident. Say this is what is happening. Don't forget, say you cannot always have your way. The MPP should know that. And the Omankasa Krako, TV, so radio, so they keep contradicting themselves here and there. Because a new man say you're more expecting or no. And then Alan Cash say I campaign message you cry until with this, what would the Electoral Commission do? Over to Ghana for one month. I mean, when the elections are won, obviously, you can't do anything about it. And this is what NDC is going to ensure, say, 2024, ABC. Now, you see, we You bet you the right way of governance. It is not what they are doing.
Joseph Augu.
Mami ka be binchiro. O de mi chia sha ma fo nyina chia collect and touches both MPP and DC fo nyina mi chia o. Na mi chia ya chairman ashama Sadas ne executive ni nyina mi chia o. Mi ti se na do pa on fa na ele nko kan. No nko the head. NDC will win this election. I'm telling you. Service of right, the see first one a cop. You see any my baby room. Now what you no be ni show ocean that was here. O chum will tell na so proud. Na say when we say ni panel shot there black na all bano. On one will tell proud. No time ba. Now so me start try one I say be tell me proud. Never. O de me say open ele kran ko kan. Na he dey be 2024. Young go fast can go for 2 young go for be giant. But we make sure say they see 2020 and see bill. Hey, now I got transit. I go sir. Johnny could be in your baby. Yay, Johnny. We are wine. We are for Johnny Bra. You better make sure say pull agent. Omundi. Because you know omu person omu year 2024. Yeah, study any ati. Say, we do upper on petit time before ni na ankogu electoral commission. Na me make catch you say NDC ba. Either say Jemenza, I say Jemenza na friend nana. Obe resign or no obe resign. We do upper market ne. Any fit April wa. And I make catch 2023. Jemenza ga obe resign. We do upper market na he. So I resign so in some be wa e be bonu. Voter rig be do say wa man anto aba o mu ni MPBT e na me boa. Eno cry offense dey be attacking. Ya regarding someone ni ahwe kra ni enya bibia dey be born kra ya di assembly share no ya be pam na fio.
Say dey omudi bi share.
Ya di assembly share.
Omudi bi share Charlotte o say.
Omu nyina ya be kra o fio. Ya di ade be share no by force. Ye who mistake kra on who ade mental. Ya di mistake be man ya be man problem ni ye na fio because about Ghana something ya kan o. Eya Ghana no ya mimini wu say ye abatu no enya agrobi o enya agrobi ni edi na wo say abatu etu ye kunipa 8 e bia onim ni daate we wu okọ nti abatu na ye tu no enya agro ni edi na yakoto aba na onim pefe say we na afa abatu we ti me dane di ama we wo ka so mbeti ase ene this time around John Mahama kwanti ase iti ya ntwen say obi nko twitu obi nko wu dabi nti ye be vigilant e wo puli eyi stage yo hwa mami ka bibi ntiro sa obi awo nana obi awo akokra obi awo yale obi awo nante obi eni fry ni obi wa abrewani akokra ontimi njane iti one no soje ni ben ana police ni ben on meka tim to ni akokra ofie anoni yale fo ofie a onu boko twitu because of MPP ntite ogokum ni pana obi akonya ni sikana ni president edi no this time around yenye be make sure me see sa 267 constituency ni be make sure say the lawyer be call
75
yeah the lawyers be call lawyer mienu say the time say lawyers baby yeah the lawyers mienu be call and we will make sure say police station
because 275 constituency so ka so the lawyers be call wa we nya adwuma bia NDC mu nya nipa over 6 million timitu aba edemawa so o ka say police stations say constituency endorse their but police station won't
make sure say o munya be call
yetimi kwa elections na police station bi na NDC any obi agent gina ho
this time around yeah just mistake ni bi o de o pa he me see and unim say former appointees bebre wo your ministers former ministers your MCs your DCs wo your MPs bi nu a omunya make sure that this time around omu position it is we former MP we minister former minister we former appointee bi we ambassador kra na say
ba unimeba sa unim say yate ase Dr. Kwabena Freja aka and then ye nyina yate ase say elections dey wo person we ni a polling station ba say munim say the president Akufo-Addo MPP abanye no almost strategize yes say the wo kan na ye be win polling station no almost no fan from different dimension
yeah fan different dimension ya catch o catch ya da this time when me catch o say omu bomb yesu ya boa ya hu
because why yes why IT expert o
it is a police station where we are ashama na abo e be 7,000 and 100,000 na abo ni making sure say ye agent no one ya the bibia manu ube dani na na we any day jementa na onio na oyede no nya eyi mama na appointed no but your friends akufadu wini eti di manu it is way owo and then no bet me change then different no bet me aye and then I make a choice to say mistake 2020 2024 yes I mistake ni bi madam na me pra bibia adwuma bi aye na me pra adwuma bi aye ma me mba ni omuso akọ school no metimeti omu school fees na me kwa akọtena ba bi afodi me am say omunya do no ye nyina ye ko ana ye make sure so say ye ko to aba na ekita ekita nsuo ekita eduane ye to aba na ye nkofie da say ekofie wo de say wo bo hu musu a bra no be fa ballot box na ye say beti mam eja o say kwa mo bi ni obebo musu ye ndit for ye nya sa mistake say ye ko mo bi akwa fa ballot box because ye nim say e wini de make wa ye wini it any time but so ye MPP ni bi na say wo de wo tu mpa wo na wo mpa obusuafo a wo de mistake say wo ba be fa ballot box na we so beti ma ko fie bi o ma ye be si o wo ho it ye catch obi say this time around enye ntokwa na ye ko vigilant e wo police station ho na make sure say abana kwa akoto no ye wini wo police station wa ye wini wia ye be make sure say bibia aya kodi ye make what ma say wo be fa wo say me president ntinu je me pen na me ntinu me say MPP for ni akwa gogu ye fra say EC office on no mu kwa de mu pen ma me president odi omunko mi see the time so 2024 ye to about 2025 ye so ma we ya ni 2 months 3 months so omo edo omunko gu onyo bia be fi ho omo ni problem kan be bo mu problem ni ye omo fi ho wo dem see mark na re say ye to about we ya iti ma mi wo beti ma tra obi ma ene wa hu soldier for mi see soldier for de bi mu go mu ani ma ti say soldier nipa awo posi ma mi we say nya president tutu na wo enum dia klasi ma mi wo enum nyantim na wo kita iti ma mi ni bag na soldier ni kra wo fufuo e di ma iti ma I mean why soldier for omunum nyam na conform that is it because of president 20 ana na soldier ni no ma dani land guard no mu guard asase iti ye bi say o nyama e kosu nyina no e den na ma no ba ni sa na wu si wu wonu nyam na wo no
obi di message abareche da kwa wo si enumdwa saa na wo mu aye bio enumdwa no de say kasa so say enumdwa ye nya ebehu say nyamdwa so nya ebehu na wu ka say kasa keke na mimi pe djuma ye no mimi ntrat no mu fanfa me hu anti bio eni na e ka chom say na na do wu ka bibia wonfi me boa ono ani bre ya o finance ministry we ya ka bia se wonfi o friend brand ya ka no afafo no afrom he o ti mem fi obi aka se resign me fi me na me president me na me do tra ho inti me fi obi sa no ye wo be ka kere Japan ka se fa wo mafuru enkum agbefo ni enkrafo yi so o mu ka so me patch o friend ka je man me patch obi o ti man ka hwe na me ba be di president me ka hwe ko ka dia me no enye adafo biu ana wan ka sa no ye wo say sa isimami o ti man nti obi man nti radio mpo nti je ka bia no ontie nti je open no ye ana ye ka tell mu say ye num dao say ye num dao 2024 is just at the corner time will tell na time no tell ya ana ye be hu say ye num dao na ye num dao sa omu manum omu ba no ntokwa so because ye ready say kokko ntokwa ye say kokko ya de hu ban ni e make sure say wini it is omu ba omu fa sundwe mbra ni nyina ye make sure say Bobie bia hu ban finchim ba so omu de ban so ye twen ya ready ya twen ye twen omu it is the can say na do who catch and so you omu fi ho who can 2 million times on fee on you omu fi ho but the air catch obi an say we a former appointee e wo mahama ni ableso we a minister da we a MP da we a ambassador da we a wan make sure say we be sacrifice who 2024 ko police station ho na enim ye na wo no fa ko boa ni ntimi wini man tron fie an ka say ye na ye be ba ko ye na wo ba be appointee no
this time around you see you show bia what when story amba meboa na the party you fighting you show bia do you bia realm you baba be pamu office we will come to office any baba be pamu it will bia story say we kakra wo fa beboa party no nafa wa ho odi boa party no enimdie na on fa beboa na nyina 2024 we yenko e wo mu say party 2024 e be win election no but enya ahun gro so it will bia story no omumbra ni nyina yen field no so ni yen boa yen start from the grassroots ni yen katan chop ni yen mutrim na se tam no so a yetiba ko bibia ma na efe men tran office na on fie en ka se yen koku
because ade a wo se mu hunu ni se montimi am protect e ma vote Ghana for be to dia ma NDC e wo polling station se do electoral commission office e wo district na ya transfer na eba regional office na do electoral commission headquarters won kra ha enya mu dia bi
no na ka to say yan ko dis agro no
ma hunu sa because
strong room on strong room
say kwa enya me say ni say NDC for mo hunu ni yie because me kai say before election 2020 me ni mo bi kasai o say EC officers districts sika abane she dade ma wo mo cars regional EC of directors regional directors ye ma wo mo sika ma wo mo cars almost start to cry transfer vote and almost as sankrofo EC officers directors almost various districts no money ade ni nyina ya agenda na bia and then we share the crop of people nipa sambe no ye na nado ya appoint mu to electoral commission now signal de mamu nyina dan say election 2024 no omu no de to dem no enye mu dia
okay
and they say no aduma wa NDC so ene
yes
any say polling station ube win election for polling station na ube nya we report no figure correct na wa send the aba
many aba onye from so they work no ye no kre but this time the ye can no simple you say abato no akọ beyond MPP and NDC and yoma ajiegu and yoma enye nti we ordinary Ghanaian we dey win your politics we will be our pepepeyo wakoto aba just make sure say yen wi out it is as simple as that apart from party ne dey na oba be ye no esan say wo show obotom na dey ato aba no nipa wo ba wo ho a MP some today I'm telling you even MPP MPs they find it difficult going back to their constituencies. Some of them, because their performances are so abysmal. And yet, me krumu MP ni krumu kago. I'm telling you for a fact. So, oko back. Say your campaign. What are you going to tell this person? If we are ben na okako wia, a free sa constituency will be. When everybody is angry, everybody is agitated. Now NDC so you there support, and you see when you even use vigilance, it's an understatement. Because this time, Obi enu obeda. I'm telling you, Obi enu obeda. We have seen it before. You see, sebi. Okwasia, showa yentia sumpri.
No na America. Say when we nipa netia.
What you say? This time, it won't happen. MPP should be ready. Say, Omangasa, you see, omoni omo yeni na no. Echere say, they are just parking to leave power. It is obvious. Baby or how more per kwan bi si wo moto. Baby or because obi
una uhunu sa o.
Sana Ghana fo nyina ehunu. Esa se no kure a eda ho no. And then pa no mo de be campaign then na wo be boost. And then na wo be gina so aka asem say me buy me ye we ni enti me pese o ma me akwanya bi. And then na akoka.
Na president kasa.
What are you going to say?
MPP.
What are you going to say? Mo ni da so ba akon. O say ne campaign message kure wo ni me won tworo. Wanka no kukwa mu o. O kan be dwedwem. O ti oni bi. Enti then na akoka kire nkrofo no. This time round, so we share NDC executives are elected this time. Now we tie ye nkasa mu. And America we so asanso charge all constituency executives and all communicators at the grassroots say. It's that time everybody gets up. One of the smartest ways MPP using so money muntro chapa, omoni mukasa. They talk a lot. It's that time MPP also NDC also rises to that level. Your communicators no more aggressive than before. No krena eda ho no momi yanka whatever we see, let's say it. Here, yeah, what electorate were bonting. They don't know what is really happening. Obi oha, aside bufo nti radio crossing me ntie TV or see me nhwe I was say communicators and started say then ye kasa. And yes, I walk as I na TV super and radio super. Whilst you are having conversations with the people around, let them know the reality, let them know the truth. You also a person or counter no. My neighbor can no kure na say nipa no eye Ghana ni no uhu no kure da ho. When mu bre a wo fam, when him sika eni ni bottom. And then yeah sorry and then say oka bibia na oka bosunya MPP abo na anya koye yipene abo free SHS.
Yami o yakra free education.
Akola yare oko hospital NHIS enye juma yes it's because of free SHS. But me firstborn that was secondary school net. Provisions keke nyoma prospectus omo de ba ye to e dia ko school me tuya school fees e kura nkeye. I am telling you. Now your council and you see this is where I have challenges again with our communicators. Free SHS and started from President Anado. Mahama started free SHS. Yes. Or started with day students in 2016. And I can say your man akwenya ni biomwa in 2017 or the borders ebeka. Yan ni entumi an capitalize on it. NMPP ben say the free SHS aba the free SHS. When the free SHS came and then nkolani bebre struggle. See, there are secondary schools and nkolani edafem. I'm telling you. Better or better so. But in your president and OCC schools. What put up infrastructure, Buama free SHS. Yeah, purpose say a be smooth no. Yes, our president no ni empeno. And then you and the man and you can imagine the rate at which a bed bat a ham kola school. Now kola inside the mattress at 2 from no that's so. What is here? I didn't know in a coso. A coso why? Because Yema wamu try and throw. But this time round, those things are not going to happen. They are not. Yema sa queen and man day and sanso baby. Omo pe awon. My yamfa omo chairman and quite an electoral commission. When it is obvious, it is obvious. You cannot do anything about it. So Dr. Apiano IT expert. Are you saying NDC any IT expert? We do have. And this time say the wa kan ye making sure say ye bought about one who buy from the polling station to the district to the region and then to the national. Because me one more for instance they know me. At this time round the youth are angry. Even the MPP for Oma rise, Oma sorry, Oma say your mama sa kwenya ni bio. Ye be making sure say adie bia ye be making sure say prepare your aye adwuma no. Aye adwuma. Yeah, you should be in favor you. And I keep saying 2008.
Who carry it here? Time now press go for Okon. Now the friends Akufado ba Obekaya. And I'm called father Adabraka boys he be play ni moto. No mo so mo be bata. No mo fan kanta NDC for. And our boys no mo dane omo and on be NDC echi. So Obekaya. And I'm say no, we don't like Nanado. And I'm to about the man at Ames. Omu ye juma ni mum di ma Ames. Ebi ne ba be 2024. Wo de twen na me say 2024 enya grodi. And enya nikoda. Me say ye be make sure the coffee. Ye be mix coffee. Near the mango. Say brewing ko be to be the man boy. Anyway, say mo ankasa mo hunu sa dia because say ohwa niam President Akufo-Addo ye Electoral Commission. Na wo hunu say agenda ne so. And yes, my talk could be quan or more can say breaking the 8 say one more can say or more breaking 8 no more Ansah so afa 2024. Yamra and Rada chairman the ma MPP. Before I back on there were a soldier phone penning for, there were police phone penning for, there were judges for, there were lawyer for, there were penning for a crime, and there were a soft phone penning for a crime. So many now almost all mad. Na se bibi say ebe koso na so ombenya asundue se judge benya asundue akọ office se police ni benya asundue akọ ni office so je ni benya asundue akọ ni office and na to di omo because eba ya nya no baby enja baby o e kokro ni nyina so na kro no na edai mantifo te friend amanfo no mo krum no mo bre
timamufo
na bre it is tani ma wanya ye mpanyimfo no it is almost starting voice out no be anya steady no bibi kra na eba ebonia because of ukata na ukata no eba den nipa ba ju say eh atuma si akata na atuma si akata dia e na say me twi break na so bia ye din ti say de hwe nkoso na tade ni si a yes it bloody do say can say
ba semuni mu say Ghana no enye obi an ye involve ne ho e wo active politics but ye to aba ye she ase ye sha umbrella obi she MPP ase obi she NDC ase. These are the two major political parties, MPP and then NDC. MPP who opposition no Charlotte say ye nyina ye witness bi demonstrations akese because of any maybe an Charlotte say person way yeah then opposition leader Nana Akufo-Addo say no na chase lead bebre organize but NDC am opposition no say the Ghana for person wo humu no enye san ntini mu de mo ase mo ma relax e bo mo de akwa election
anya say relax o ma me ka bibi ntiro ye gusu aye bo ani ama o de obo bibi
because Nana do ye tie maza enye ma bebre hwe e kwaso wo Ghana ha say NDC na wo power enka Ghana ye deja enka Ghana ye ho ka teacher for sorry enka nurses for sorry enne ye wo teachers ya ye recruit marks say almost a year ni entry a wo kado and then this economic crisis no affect will be our Ghana ha and kabana opposition leader say na Akufo-Addo wonu na chance na kwai de wo insight ye opposition leader onu timi tra radio station so kra ka ara spring nyina ya anya ne hwe but NDC ase mo wo mo comfortable zone wo opposition bia mama na Akufo-Addo say freedom be to operate ya o ye ne awope you need well some you leader
yes no yeah
party ni executives omuni national executives omuni various regional executives omuni constituency executives
we dey train from next month to the train idea
because that's a new game onu
now me da say for sir comment we NDC in relax here the entire American say NDC in relax here and say you see the America krebi etwemu no na demonstrations in bia na ekoso na no kra dancing MPP time dey ekoso when we buy adwen say ende it is not just about NDC in a demonstrations but CSOs a demonstration big time independent bodies a demonstration editia and your money be aban na den now within this short period NDC declares say be elect flag bearer na parliamentary candidate no and I had to say because we want to focus I was say ye man nyoma eba fem kakra now more to that when him say and the tempest very high in our quest of electing our leaders na say yes so dey say nyoma we boom
every 2022 na eba every 2022 eniema ekosoro eni niema na Akufo-Addo
a lot of demonstration
na Akufo-Addo MPP for mada a lot of demonstration na wo kan nyina ye fu ye fe ne say ye fe ne say list we mu a group yi so wo mu na lead NDC as a opposition party no de mi hu ne say o mada because NDC a ye nim NDC a ye mu bi ya beti NDC abakwasem no ye nkase bi a obi ntwituo ana obi nyeku Ghana de yedu no ya tra sa se bi sa ne ma no ho ye ya tra ne ma hodo bi ekoso but say abani fi say eniema a wodi bari nyina da no ye nya obi a and then wontina se na wondwen say ye friends say makwala dwadifo say ye introduce new taxes into omo no baba be sorry omo here say political party be the largest and then even the biggest onano kwa Charles Makati say the weakest opposition party say na say me hunu NDC
okay me da say enya sa na tie you see no kra ba kon wo mo ne say demonstration ye betumi aye but say wo hwa currently kra ye demonstration no our MPs are facing them squarely in parliament. It's a hand parliament and they are doing all that they can to make sure say prepare your juma. Up until recently as unfortunate incidents ni see your members ni bi akotuma the opposition no. But I can assure you say with their train my primaries are na elect a flag bearer and you see some of us on the street. See, it is happening at the various constituency levels, just that it is not happening at the national level yet. But so I was just telling you about me maybe I'm related because I represent a constituency.
Not only your constituency, the whole Ghana, baby, your constituency.
MP call home the pure THS in the Pamono.
Majority leader.
Thank you. What does it tell you? There is no demonstration bigger than this. Say we be there, we be Pamu. Say wow constituency, omo to aba eyi wo. We tell say enyoma enkoye. I said into Ghana for then or Mubu Efusa. But the year can you say there were processes, and I said in my opening remarks, I said NDC believes in the rule of law. Yeah, the Mraye Jumapa. Yeah, per se, yeah, elections every year. Now, see, if you a flag bearer every year, parliamentary candidate, we are. You and I will see what will happen. I've just given you proofs and evidences of any money biblia air coso, even at my end. Na yemfa say ende me menya kwenya na ma be lead me party a ndo party say ende wo come wa see the way the youth are angry the way the youth are angry into na make actually say it is not about NDC say you kwakọ ballot boxes who by you, it is about the youth and the omabrabo esesa omabrabo essay omodachi omunim be omodachi ye den ehedeko omu nyina sorry say no NDC time na nyoma nti say NDC time na nurse for years ejuma omu wie school omu ye ejuma ye NDC time na teacher training for wie ejuma omu ye ejuma ye omu wie school omu ye ejuma
NDC time na nurses backlog gu ho NDC time na omu koda Independence Square ya ayisa health minister na first Alex Ebwefia ekotena wo manimu nti eno kwa de ne wa teacher fo ogumu a
asema me kan ye no man ka say na backlog eni ho backlog e wo ho but yen share the rate at which as backlog no wo ho as compared to ene and we are able to employ more people because President Mahama at that time ACC district hospitals I ma kwenyama yetumi fa more nurses. President Mahama ACC chiefs compounds I ma kwenyama yetumi employ more nurses. President Mahama expanded Accra Regional Hospital. First na staff na Accra Regional Hospital e fa no Rate Hospital ha na nya number na e fa no but then they look at the number of staff at Accra Regional Hospital e fa. What you say? Look at the even up to a net share there we see a won wie ye I can with him. And nobody seems to be talking about it. And only here can say papa no na vision na no okuta no na esun. But ne yentena se. Ne yentena se say we wie school na ye say Maminsi Hospital. Baby a obeye adwuma. Na nya akwanya na tumi ko ye adwuma wo ho.
Na teacher ni so to Minsi school.
Na Minsi school dan. Look at the community day schools say you see here. Kwabena na community day school wo ho. And that's it you ho. Ashama and they bi wo ho. A school for wo ho ni teachers na na kira de wo presec no mo na ndo mo kira de wo. We have employed new teachers. It has added to our employment rate. What you say? And reduce your unemployment no. And only akwenya na momwenya. MPP and the wo mo dey ka say backlog na wo ho no. Ya clear bebre. O clear wo mo ko hin. Have you sent 3 teachers to a classroom? No. It is because there are new infrastructures. It is because there are new avenues for you to employ people. And that is the reason you have employed them and you have reduced the backlog. It is as simple as that. That is what we are saying, say this time or no. No kreno ebe kasama no.
Yeah, but to us na me fancy Dama Greenfield Scientific Herbal Clinic wonu gwada go last stop wa yare sefie no ho. Bright Soldier capsules se mema wonu bi ebebo papa. Bright Garlic Plus capsules so cholesterol ni ayem team BP diabetes se dronu no. Bright Soldier capsules se Bright Garlic Plus capsules. Baby otonu obi an uboru ho a eyade a wunya bie. Greenfield esum ewo ambulance a wode esum amansan wo ba ya wo yade bia no ukọ no na atua 500 Ghana cedis power show. Fred 0243983906 0243983906 na yensho give us herbal center so enupa give us GC capsules ene ne mixture o se be ma no oba wodun so a wo pains e wo ayase afen so wonu madobe yi oba siesie oba ma nso esiesie oba wunya mesesa wo ha wadro give us GC capsules ne mixture be ma wo pese wo mema wie pe ya pe give us power capsules give us capsules tia yam team koko ni amama yase na give us about mixture so malaria typhoid nom wonu mu atena wuntimi ni dia eya pe give us ice drinking water ne nom for 0543 222470 0543 222470 teshi aduome anase konna ba Eclipse collateral management say uwadwapade bia ene ahokyere bere yimu yi ubedidi wadwapade so saa na adwapade no Eclipse collateral na ade kwakoma wo mo na wo maka cho so mo de wonkrata no ema obidi akwakwaji loan wo de wonkrata no wadwapade no wo de Eclipse collateral for na ade kwama wo mo enti percentage no wo de ma wa eye kama eye 1 year eye 2 years ya wodemu ubedidi wadwapade no so afinfinhia mienu mfinhia miensa wakwaji wadwapade document adwapade no a nyesa wo kwakoton wo de koma Eclipse collateral for na wo de omu na ejina mu ede agi loan ede ama wo bie na kire se wo wadidi wadwapade so edi hwe wo mu ewo Pantan Junction o be CAF International School ho Adente new site wo adwapade bia enaso emekomunku ebia wusuro wo de kwakwaji loan wu nim ni ade be yesika ne be hye na mo de koma Eclipse collateral for dia wonkrata wo mo ho ebra no so a woji wo percentage a ebra nso akwakwaji wonkrata wo mu di wo mu hu ni pa wa hwa Eclipse collateral management no mo ye adwuma che 0543 832466 0543832466 so imbooster bomb mixture your number 1 immune booster ye no so ebusu ewodwa so unumi imbooster ya de kwankuru bi ebetete wo be ha wabrabo wo yare na wo de dro su di hospital trentwe na wo koba pe imbooster bomb mixture na ennom imbooster bomb mixture tokuro be bia pharmacy e ba shop chemical shop bia no ebi wo kwana kwadwo de 0540710113 0540710113 so Tabia Herbal Center so edit Tabia Herbal Mixture ya malaria fever join this no honam ya wo loss of appetite onumu atro wunya Tabia Herbal Mixture na obi nso asisi yade ha opane ayamtim ha wo wunya Tabia Herbal capsules enema wo ni padua ni mu atintim ni nyina da no bi enwumre wo be flow se ehinu ho anu no edro we lactating mothers o makoda no fo wa fafuro ananse wunya 18 years a wonum bi Tabia Herbal Mixture Tabia Herbal capsules free 0245 749206 0245 749205 esona yenkwaye nim quick credit mabosia ukuta Ghana card bosia bia wo pe bia no sabetimi aka de free quick credit for wo mo akache enti minua ba ma wo pe sika kakra bi dia start bibi anase wo pe sika bi e dia expand wo business wo ya ban adwuma putuprum emergency wo yeska wo pe loan fa wo Ghana card enya fe na akobie savings account bia akoye susu bia quick credit udem for 0596 920833 0596920833 eso sanso ene City Herbal Center so wamo edi enu papa mienu City Ointment obi a wono mpem waposo kotodwe wokokora wotwe ntwa onsakora wo maso a ema wo hia City Ointment pharmacy 3 days space ni nyina we City capsules nso obi a wonante kakra bia no wani so obi a yade dokoro wo yade hawo de bia no aye no phone na da no na no mu pe City capsules na no boost immune system City capsules City Ointment ebuso ewo ba bia tonu bia na wo kan shi drug lane no mu ne amasaman no pharmacy sahodro ubenya bi ye wala shibi Shalom Sport ye ba community 19 junction Shalom Sport free 0209682836 0209682836 sonia yenkwaye nim yeba Stephen team national chairman de ma MPP na Ansah na no mehu story bi wo we me boss tew story bi wo Class FM online MCS TV your friends are not dompre ena e kan se medi betwam na ya to aso story no kra me hu we o say Mahama must debate Baumia. Let's see who has better ideas for the economy. And not don't pray. Anyway, it
is a very unfortunate.
Or say Yebehu will be what best ideas our economy.
My sister, we in kind of topic.
And come Midichem.
Say ye Pobia obey debate former President Mahama. Baumia is nowhere close to it. The reason we are saying this is Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is someone who is the vice president of the country currently. What has he done? Ghana is in crisis. What has he done to support the government in getting Ghana out of the crisis?
Say ideas no what?
Ideas no way.
Say some may can say I not don't press or that but me what that ideas now.
Former President Mahama can categorically mention a nyoma policies our did ku akwem and nyoma we ye and then metina say mabubu bi so. Ye ma Bawumia mebo baako so. Is it digitalization? And that one president of Ghana Digitalization Association. Is that what we are looking for? Is that the kind of debate that we want to do? Me Bawumia crowd, I don't see him in the contest as far as President Mahama is concerned. Me Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ewo contest in because then on ankasa pa obi tumi aka. What can he say? You see, it's hard time say be kan okra kire ye hu. It is not about politics. It is not about propaganda.
Anyway,
time when Mahama can say governance is not about talk. Na obi owa membu mu no de wo feeling no wa win wa bonten no won feel leader na ye nte ase and they go do on wo mu dwane and the dollar no cancel be arresting no way key no way. What has happened to it? Why are we deceiving ourselves? And I know Dr. Nodompre is pushing his own agenda because my friend interviewer who defended Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia vividly can and nyoma na ye expect say nyoma ye
ono na beka to wala nso say ala na economic management team grant no kwa cabinet meeting a committee no ono na che ono
when we don't have anything like economic management committee in Parliament.
Or cabinet omo kwa cabinet meeting a ye economic management committee ya lanche Martin na eche enye vice president anyway yenko yenim etinwa mu bi enya kwanya by UPSA wo bra national chairman okay about the true state of the nations no nation address omdi two dwa no enwa national chairman so edema MPP address say ensam ni bebre ho no mo a ensam no a mo kan krara mo boa
ade onim say nka metumi pass one comment pe e dey answer question ni na
ene pass ni enkoy
tietia say wo kan no kra na obi counter no kra there is no need to obesan akasa
okay
esan say Ghana fo nim no kra no dada nti wo na obetwa ntro no yenimu Ghana fo na be kasa ma but say wo twa ntro ne a I was saying, I was saying, trying to defend it and trying first one, that is what has happened to the MPP now. When they read the true state, when they read the State of the Nation address, and President Anado, Satan chairman away. And we saw say there were lies, blatant lies, and we decided to come and give Ghanaians the true State of the Nation address, and we gave it now. What's Ansah address? So what happens to that of the president? And then president in India no be kind, and what has happened to it? Entro mucha, my sister. And when you mention, when you look at some of the things that they talk about, MPP is not even ashamed to talk about these things, and they are talking about debt, Ghana's debt stock. Now Yababe can say, you did not borrow recklessly. Now you can say NDC borrowed more than MPP. How? Calculator no nenya na say mass no nenya yadi. What are we talking about? Analysis my sister, let me give you part of the analysis they did. Now remember the true state of it. President Kufuor eja a debt of 5.4 billion Ghana cedis. Okay. Onobeto debt of 5.4 billion Ghana cedis. So free so no, with 9.7 billion Ghana cedis, which was an 80% rate of change. Only borrowing so. The late President Mills, Nyamenfa ne krensi ye. One Mahama yina ye ka omubomu a. Omobeto a debt of 9.7 billion Ghana cedis. Omokono na 122 billion Ghana cedis, which was 115% rate of change. MPP, NDC then was within 8 years old. MPP within 7 years. Omobe inherited a debt of 122 billion Ghana cedis. And your debt rate age now 575.7 billion Ghana cedis, representing a rate of change of 372%. So what is the NPP talking about? Let's look at differences in terms of the figures.
What are we
talking about? And we think, say, you better make Chagana and Fortro, now your cost are keke. There are intellectuals in the country, and all of us are wise. And it is a first, now can be Biana, you forget Namokosa because Ebiano be to me, Mama Mekasa. It will not happen again. Let's look at the differences in terms of figures. Amount of MPP ko 4 time or debe kan ho 4.82 billion Ghana cedis. At Amils Mahama 2009 to 2016, the 112.42 billion Ghana cedis na ebe kan ho. Let's look at MPP in 7 years. NDC then was within 8 years, so two terms now mumi enuni na akoye no. The late President Mills and John Dramani Mahama akoye. Mumi enuni die no. Omo de 112.42 billion ebe kan ho. NPP in 7 years. Don't forget, recently, Parliament refused to pass a loan be almost a kwakoje. And no bekan cry would have been worse. And a yen do baby. We have more than a year to 2024. More than 1.5 years. Ansah abai yamia ya do mama day. Omo free so. A car omo de bekan ho 453.5 billion Ghana cedis. 453 within 7 years. Now we are what about Betnase? Now I catch say you have not borrowed recklessly. Now let's look at utilization of these debts. Yansha bosunya mo boy. Yansha nyoma mo ye. E dia na mo betumi dem on say so. Aka say ye boy bosunya no, ye di ye we. On top of sa bosunya we no, look at sika foto na dago and MPP di ja Ansah na mo ba be inherit. Ne yansha President Mahama de and no more this can hear. At least you can mention more than enough. How this can hear in terms of infrastructure. And then at the end of the day, near Kwakoche, near the share COVID, near the share Russia-Ukraine war. I mean, the Russia-Ukraine war, no Ghana, Hana, no more bomb, no more Kodia. And I need Rusi Beku Yentina, Yamembo Nunkosodia. I don't know. What has Russia-Ukraine war got to do with young economy, no, with Briar? Egypt is on Caden. Egypt importing wheat directly from them. Egypt is on Caden. And then effect any nyawo so. And now students, Ghanaian students and a school Ukraine na ye do mobile no. And then e ma ye boka. And then ama ya membo na anko yana. Time one na COVID air coso.
Ukraine
time na COVID air coso. Na be buy with update nanado Emma no dada yen kakra. There were a group of people I kept telling them, say, look, you people, a time is coming and we will regret everything we are doing today. And then omoina obi to me frɛ MPP for no bi ofrɛ kwa no hu de wonka but regretting everything. No say masa now you're prophet ana. You say your money is free. You say your money electricity up to a certain megawatt for free. I told them, say we will pay for these things.
And we have paid.
And we are paying. We are paying painfully today.
We have not even paid finish.
And we have not finished paying, no. And ya dia ye na say yan hwe nyo me bi ye. Na Ghana for yan ye ya adwen ye. Ni en ye aban ye mfiri so a. E be ya kakra won. Won ma oba be wo mo na de omo kosi awo wane edi tuaka. I am telling you because e ka no many yen. This time round, you see, ye nyina ya ko school. Ye nyina ye nim no kore no. Ye ma MPP akwenya mu ntwa ye ntro bio. It is clear. And your man mudi sika ne ye nyina ye hu. Ye wa ha COVID-19 ba ye. Hwe sika Ghana nya ye. And then ye de
akunta aje no mbuchire.
Akunta be ne buye. Ye auditor general e ba ye. Ebe ma ye hu enioma bebre a e course so irregularity ye fa ho. And then no mudi sika no ye. Hospital dodo sen no mu si ye. A hospital, East regional hospital, East hospital, and the former president John Dramani Mahama see here. And you know a COVID center for the whole Greater Accra. Why is he here? Nana do to me see in India. Okay, so we see 88 hospitals within. I think it was about 4 months. And from 88 in the movie about 101, 88 no cry went to me and see. And about 101. Because it's what and then now me as you 2 million much this year. Kwesi one na ko he o ma be cut sword No, you see, Ghanaians need to know the truth. I'm like Kate saw to say, I'm going to see the straight hospital. I'm going the iron rods that crazy go. And then as we talk, iron rods no back kukure ni ho. And when you know, young fan near the Biase, former President Mahama started say we see stadium, sports stadium, media man near the Biase. And now do buy him. I said the Mahama started in or no starting the fufro. They were starting and they compare if Fukura say President Mahama at the end. And then this can hear budget near year huge. No be a oko and then I'll be sa MPP for now. Or more MPs will be sapena or the Bufo Takashi. And you see it's not new. Sa no meaning out here. Or the Takashi film. No, I did. They said the Ashanti regional minister. And then say school feeding. Caterers about you they meet them. Listen to their plight. Because they are really struggling. They are suffering. School near Kola, you see a man 97 pesos a day. So offended. Abba. Na caterers about said, tie ye how. Na boy ye kakra. Was a one tiasi.
I was afraid ye try when I am ra. Entry when I am ra.
Give us 3 capsules. A memory, my moon be a benemu. Can name to you and I'm in Kumabwa. Say, dear, the 2 SR Kum near G. Give us 3 capsules. Give it to me, baby. Give us 4 capsules as well. And money memen in our cocoa yadi. Sis yadi, a mamma yam Timotete woman. Yedruno, Manumbi, a mamma demme home. Give us 4 capsules, Mrs. Moya Ding. Give us 4 capsules. I give it to you, baby. You give it to me. Yeah. Hey, give us. No, a man need your babusiamu papa. Na bema can give us P capsules. And they give us 4 capsules bomunum dia. Na any genia modeno. Give us P capsules. And men what if you do what you do kron effort. Give us 4 capsules. A pay for a batter one more menu for an inquada when if you do me nunca. And what was to be a motorphone call. Give us Herbal Center. Just mobile and Nateshi Adriami. Phone numbers 0543-222-470 and 050-68-51135.
FD Ashosha Ejedi and Karatoimu Adia to Musa Eye.
Asempe bia ba. Upesika akostati ejumabi. Ohia bosia atre odwadiemu. Wo government and private worker ohia sika dia te hot bi so. Atra free loan na susu savings account opening ni na wo Ghana card. Se wanye adwuma afi we mu de kodia na wo na upe o excuse BR nim. For quick credit it was 0302-200-390 and 0596-920-833. Number for BR frewa enye quick credit. Shenen so say quick credit and malone e wo internet so. Enti shena obiara andada. Bank of Ghana am momu dwede ho kwan na kai se nhihye da ho.
Quick credit. Lending made simple.
Unim say onipa bia kan kro ene ne ba aya na ejine sisi so nanso ekopa se sisi ne ho kotechima ene na asempa ene dia bon eno ti ena make for tabia herbal capsules e dia ma wo se yesisi ya dia pa ana age onipa bia na boso dia bomodia ne num tabia herbal capsules na abo yi usisi mama mai na wanya sisi etimi abia ne num tabia herbal capsules na etimi yi ne befi afini pedienim ama wo yefun ada ho tabia herbal capsules ebuso e pharmacy shops any herbal shops e wo wiase afa na nyina ana afre ahomatrufo yi 0243686861 kai se wo ma akranufo wo your penfo ana wo di infedu wo twa wo numbi tabia herbal capsules won sunumbi.
Hey, say the Mako Greenfield Scientific Herbal Clinic. Me who crave you make say and unti no manya award wa a word best. Obian trust Emma don't pay ya can say and as a boy there and can to them you.
Greenfield Scientific Herbal Clinic. Asanya want to say near Kro Etuno, near Ankan Ewananum, Obana Bemo Power, and the Enyaruanka ye.
Nancy Mameka say and the Spana called Mo Ekayeno. Greenfield Adarumenti and was our selection and also APM.
Greenfield Scientific Herbal Clinic. Our ultra modern laboratory and a diagnostic machines. Associate Pediani Moankasa. Greenfield Scientific Herbal Clinic. Ewanungwa Dogon, Estate Junction. Last stop. Frewa 0243 983 906 and 0261 651 898.
Greenfield.
God is our healer.
Greenfield.
Your last stop.
I believe.
I don't know you do. A radiaman and sasso. A finwa chinchian baba to you. Easter is here again. Easter. I feel way Class Media Group. Accra Family CTV. Ghana's #1 television. Ebema Ghana yede bruta. If siashisha Easter jumedias from Kokra de Braya Tiafwani a Hofuina. Awurade Yesu Kristo yo dwama wa kumono necessarily word so bafa so ma Kristo fo nyina enti eye fiada way Good Easter Friday our Accra FM so no anopa no nsia kosi anopa no ndu eye Easter yensom dwumadie with evangelist Ameje wadi nyame sam enyumbo ene Bible mu abakwasam betiti tata enu achi efi no ndu kosi no mienu no eye special Easter live worship why crowd so be him handkerchief and you be Ghana gospel and into Fuina Wafa. Senior evangelist of Brantia Kwaku Kai Sampa. No Bema Easter live worship no yes stronko. Afe every nom ye no kwasisa no siababano. Accra FM CTV. Ghana's #1 Ebeka Boom and the special Easter jams Ebebre. Ha! Radio ni TV so beye de. Ebeye gaga gaga. Every non sia kwasi non son. Beye Easter akanka siabwa edamufua. Accra Easter highlight betwaso. Every non so brem ekosia na jofa. Easter Monday so ye betwaso sa. Afi Easter ibeye de. Na sebeye woda na eye Easter with Accra FM and CTV. Any enhimom. Every say ye demufua. Easter ebeye gaga gaga.
I was on for Auntie Demo Accra 100.5 channel so 6 p.m. na Accra Kasiebo democracy papa na chese ye de eba besumo ene enwme menkwo awuku so menkwo awuku me ba oso
MPP chairman ne digrade
Stephen Team
ohwe mu aye Steven untimi nyewe onse ono na onse NEC national chairman ena be kasa aye no enti no oba voice out na so ono susu kasa opru nim keke ni en kasa because I'm pretty nim mo mega say na wo government nkra MPP NDC aw mo opposition kra mo chairman ba be pru nim ena wo tio ena wo nyewe enti we obe print nim keke obe kan bi keke ne gase MPP national chairman kata obe kase a onu kase omu NDC 112 billion cedis bolo omu die no ma bolo more than 400 plus no omu die crap no enye record borrowing na yenye die na record borrowing mlekwa Mahama sika onu ji busi onu ji ye atamed Mahama sika onu ji ye wo bibia ebetimi di ye setisu aka say we Mahama project Mahama project mekwa MPP o matter close to 7 years omuntimi mfa omunsantre daka me de be ameka say foundation ba ku pe omo aya omo di loto cross club twa ebesi sukra ne de twa loto kra omo mbobi omo nyeye
omo ye 1D1F ya omo kan bebre wati bebre si omo
omo ti ma tre yana obi ni factory na wa akọ ye renovation
new ones wom
na me constituency blender e squeeze and ka bi no
omo ye wow na ma obi ni factory na ya renovation wo ye ti MPP for na aye ni ye di bomb esafo hini mekwa isika madi mu hu de mu di aye mo ya ma sisi Ghana fo nyina ehu musuni mu ban mekwa mu kwa amono ne kura akwaji loan na amono ifo hu mu kura na mo atutu mo offices because de mu ba no omo se mu ba be jiska no akwa akwache anye bibie nti no IMF mpezo mbe man loan no because of omo kwa jiska na no mo anga sache anything IMF mpese ombe mo loan ebusi amubo na mo amache busi amubo na mo amu de amamu busi afo ni e de rent plane akete me ko e fa nko ba bia yetimi de plane ko twa e ho keke ni de aba ni etua omka yetimi de plane ti fa ko ni ya dusu obusu ni e bo oman no ka because ya be di oman so omunim se omu mba me di oman so forever and ever omu be di so biom omu ko asa nti no so omu packet kan gu o nti omu ko trefe a na omu no busi omu enjoy ena ene ama oman no boss to sisi a busu musukra say institutions say twom ka yentwom ka me amom half ama sika ya je billions of dollars ye hu de this scan nyina ye enu nyina aka hu bi ani tira IMF ene omo person be man loan hwe sisi a Chinese funds so bofu Ghana for say ye bob busi adodo ena wo ko ba bi na say o kai say kra ye see
we say IMF nyamayo
ene na make a
enu mitie yi kwadwo oponkroma ni interview be with one radio station obisano o se ni concentration e was a debt exchange program no so we say omu ni time because em say standard creditors no one my do omu ka no
me ka church say omu ko na ehu omu ni say this man is from Ghana or abanim penyifo ni depending on my office ni no matter office because almost on my bed party.
Ofa tema motorway.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, because I wouldn't nungwa ho because your sister new a project. Omo ye ni na omo jai.
Omo jai ni na.
Omo jai bibia. Yes, omo jai ni na.
Omo jai bibia. Sa nungwa project ye omo ye. Mama ni
na major project be no me ya
wono mata ya wa di usika bibia o omo buy no be pa mu contract and no mo tani omo transit omo che scan le go mbotum etiti cha ya no kan tai currently ni ni sika bi o man mu the American watch ma say na fuel ya ton mi say ka o ma bogu ono enya ka kitwa anything no amano obi am pese omo be ma Ghana sika bi because omo say ka ya de no se nyakopon be kra pa yentimi ntwe mi eno mu hu de this kind of so ye o man mu it akoma adane butumbi it is obi ko be kra na ehu na it say this man come from Ghana say close my office lock my door because omo person be hu na em Ghana ska it is the ka ni say President Akufo-Addo ene ni nia kenufoliata omo be kan kire Ghana ska na kunta project omo dia ye akunta omo ma ye finchim ni ehu say enu ti na ama omanu ye kokwa asuma ene ye hu de ye hu bebi e dis usa body susa fa o te den enu ti omanu ye tu sisi amenu kase busuma ye wo mu ya kenoflata ta ba bonti se oni bebi okwa fiscal de tua institutions ka madam ya sifim ye bibia ye ade bia tete unfi wan unti ate isusu ye kan omu busu dis no ko flasa house eno omu chef mo say Ghana from ombe kasa ombe jai de ya ka che ye president ni an kenoflata ni se omu sole na ka hunu a omu bo ene tika omu dia ye hu de omu de ye no omu sole se omu start se omu change niama na niama ntimi nye ye wo manu minu ka se ya MPP for chairman ba abontia obeka se ye former ye president ye chairman of ye se edu ketia aba abeka se ye MPP for bo ka hunu a omu hu de omu de ono aba abontia babe na ka wa tire se na Dubai eni keme forata omu ji sikan omu de esi ha kona ko omu de bi esi ha kona ko cheke is one kan sa nyamanu onu ba so ba be kanta keke ni ewu so onu su eni ti chairman be kanta MPP chairman onu so ayi abe kanta iti de kan ti ade bibia ankoye woni mi se mi no ka se sa ta ti sa omu tu aba e wo parliament na se omu ji tu mi woni se isi a enu na ama abuso kan fo omoni abre any good afro omoni abre ti a omu hu ni omu ye omu because omu se de wi ati a system ba be hard no se ufu ka krapo e bia hu nye sika na o de tua de mi kan what mati anything ama omu kasa ti a hu kwa ko to inji ton e be mfa se Toyota inji ton be 50,000 5,000 and no go crazy 20,000
me car converter mechanic konfo bi wawia ba na minim enti atwifi we pa Camry ena mi so obi afa mi start engine no se de yesi giso no engine so sa almost converter na bo so kan 5,000
you see
5,000 Ghana cedis. And they say can me twini scientific we no. Ada menye sika to fi we no na me de abada menya na mapake. You see? Because me koto bibi kakra converter shekamu 50 million. 50 million. But you know so exchange rate ni sa dollar cedi asemi ni adin because that converter na yentwa na Ghana. Of course.
And then me black atre we say abosho kan for this a omu kwan omu fa so ye kan so omu suma aban sa aban we mbra na aban na ba bebo omu aban ba no adan ni tidi amu ama sisi a omu so omu coach omu gbo omu timi sisi amatin sa abosho kan for sisi omu aba contribution bi ama because omu hu say ama na
o ma chempo yesi me time asumi ma 2 minutes constituency na ye sorry why me so
me da se pa na me 2 minutes yi mo ma mi nchem constituency de ma mi den kan no first
okay
na me nka se was my friend obia enka na poma antoni yem esan se ye wogidi we party no mo se emrepa ba 2024 seat no de eye dan ya ebe ye dia enti obia enka na poma antoni no yen yere ye ho na yen ye edwuma pa se de ma sha se in fact okwa all the communities obia to take a faith club e dey support ye Sunday mi ko grace bi na enye easy kuro no nyina dane and that is how we are going to go with it this time round enti obia ma ne ya de munim nyuma nso a ya ye ene de yeguso a ye me the too many so say in the next 4 years no I was say school dia what district no to me computer laboratory esan say me ko school o me nya sa kwenya no nti say nyame aya adom na edu ha or see it me and nya say me can say me ba mu na me yo it is something we have started doing and we are doing more as we speak 100 computers aba laptops are kwako distribute there are a lot of the projects are ba be ya e no aboso me frɛ ho fo nso omo ho ahenha wo mo nti mo me yenkoso nya sa gidie no ewo nyimu na yenya didi no ye mpanifo mu nso se mrepa mu omo be bie ne nyina yafa form na de wo se ye no betumi nso aye de etoso ne se mamenchia nkrofo bi a eye very dear to me Saratachi enchi akese enkoma na afei nso obi bia wo hwe from bosome from ahemfo no na kosua trentry. This is the only time we have ahemfo our ma sorry aba our more kase we want to kick the NPP away because we more ahemfo within the Ashanti region. The same ahemfo for na sorry ya okay DC you know can say wakachire we say me wu that same DC in the conference in the yekin
me time aso
nti ye bedo obi ase meda won so ase say we host here has been a very productive program.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. We should bet me a phrase 0302208090 0302208090 na yemfa enwie na yensori so. Abusuafo ye free high ye kodi birthday. Where the party day today? Ye ko same enenwumre ye kwa kodi Ernest Kwame Kwache. A birthday and then anywhere ya. I go we also me pick course now so way. Eugene, very too why. Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Oh damn why am go.
But your some stand am from.
Ma one so ma me why?
But your some stand me get am from.
Yo yetie.
Me chama ju me tiano. Hello.
Yetie wo dem.
Me check am ju me check this company for you. I mean come nyina mo.
Yo.
Mama MPP fast at twem kuntumpa bi say president oba wanam kwama oba nyakofa ya atuma inshallah oba banso jondaman mama say ne kamampo empire ne feeding program papa na lesa no kan no mama yeni afo ya mu yusun kaman a mu fie ugonwu aduane a wo tuma kaman mpo mama ni kampo wake